I'm here in Kyoto, Japan, staying at the Marufukuro Hotel, which is inside of the old Nintendo HQ, and it happens to be the 135th anniversary of the founding of Nintendo. And yet, as of this recording, I still don't know anything about the Nintendo Switch successor. Japan Time starts right now. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Roger's based here with the Japan Time podcast for September 30th, 2024, and my pizza literally just got here. What's going on, Shofu? How are you? Okay, I'm out. Hold on, give me 1 sec. You guys keep the show going.
So crazy. It's so crazy.
Hungry ass boy.
What do we do now?
Introduce Shofu. Well, according to the list, if Roger's not here, then Shofu's the host.
Is that true?
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true.
Hey, boys and girls, it's time for Japan Time.
Don't sound like Roger.
Hey, boys and girls, it's time for Japan Time. Hey, Zeph, how's it going?
Hey, man. Today's
next-
swell.
Oh, that's great, man. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks.
And then next we have Coastward. Hey,
Yo.
dude. And then next we have Ricky Coca.
Hey guys, hey my dudes, hey my guys, what's going on? Just chilling.
Roger, bring your ass back here, bro. What the fuck?
It's completely fine.
According to the
my
chat, you don't know
goodness.
nothing about fufu. Is this true? Is this true?
No, who's saying that? No, they can't be talking to me about that. Oh no. I know everything about fufu. I know everything about moi moi. I know everything about puff puff.
What you know about chin chin, bro?
What they really know about is that the end of the double word?
I don't know.
I think that might be it.
They don't know nothing about no chin chin though.
They don't know nothing about no jollof. They
don't know nothing about no Kelly.
No,
They don't know nothing about no goddamn boy. Is Roger back yet?
No, we
Nope.
got to. All right.
I hope he is back and he's just sitting there letting those go. That's what I hope.
This is painful.
Oh, God,
how the hell have we been doing this?
I don't know, bro. Roger just carries the whole show, bro. What you mean?
Damn. Are we not really friends like that? What the fuck? I thought we could handle this without him.
Who said
No,
that?
we are. It's just awkward to like bounce around without the host, like topics.
Okay, that's okay. All right.
Don't worry, VRM got it.
We've been doing this show for like 10 years, dude. I think we're friends.
Okay. All right. Then somebody be a leader here. Gosh,
You be
dang.
the leader, bro. Go
You
ahead,
be the
Ricky
leader.
Cocaine. Take the mic, bro. You got the
How
floor.
is it taking him so long to get a pizza, bro?
He hungry as hell. He probably eating it right now.
He got one of those like really big, like table-sized ones.
No, I think
he's
Shofu's
serenading
right. I
the
think
pizza
his fat
person.
ass is just eating it. That's what I think.
I think he's serenading the pizza person, having a nice long
I think he's
conversation.
fucking it.
What? He's fucking the
He might
pizza?
be.
Alright.
That's so dumb.
That's
He did
Right,
not
it's a
order a
Roger
pizza to
move.
fuck it, man.
Not the sausage pizza, bro.
Of course, Roger is fucking that pizza, and he's not here to defend himself. So whatever we say is true.
On God, he's letting me assume by not defending himself or saying anything.
you tell me that pizza has extra sausage on it.
Fucking meat lovers pizza,
you're right,
bro.
you're totally right.
When he's fucking it, there's extra sausage on it. You
That's
bet
what
you're damn right.
That was the implication, Ricky. God fucking damn it.
What the
fuck is
hell
wrong
did
with
I
you?
come back to?
You want to know what
Why-
you came back to? You're a pizza fucker. That's what you came back to. You be fucking pizzas. You be giving the DiGiorno dick. You be giving the Pizza Hut penis.
Yo.
You understand that, like,
You be
if
giving
guys-
the
were you just
Domino's
swearing
ding
the entire
dong.
time I was gone. Were you guys just like swearing?
Turn Dominique.
This is
Yeah,
gonna get
mostly.
immediately
You be
demonetized.
giving the Papa John's pipe.
Oh,
Brother, this is not
What?
on the upload.
This is impossible.
Not
we
giving
can't
the
start
big
the show
bite
like
a
this.
tick down. No,
Our entire podcast is going to be demonetized. I got up to go get a pizza real quick. Nobody did introductions.
Demonetized? What money are we bringing in?
We did like 4.
Who got introduced?
Up to
Nobody started
Ricky.
over.
Couple people. How about you just take it over?
All right, cool. We have
Yeah.
Zeph, by the way. Happy birthday, Zeph. Hope you've been having
Thanks,
a lovely
man.
birthday week. How
Don't
old
have
are you
sex
now?
with pizzas again.
Bro, what are you talking about? Why am I even here? I was wishing you a happy birthday and now this. Like, I don't understand.
Why are you giving the pizza meat, bro?
I'm not doing anything.
The
I
meat
came
lovers.
back.
The pizza's
I
supposed to
think
give you meat.
Lover.
These are meat lovers for sure.
Anyway, McDareth,
That's
what's
a
up,
deep
McDareth? How are
dish.
you?
You feel me?
You know, doing well. Just, another day.
Okay.
Got hooked on Vampire Survivors very late. That's what I'm doing now.
Good game.
And why did you get hooked on Vampire Survivors?
Because Zenless put a mini game that's very similar to it, and it's like I was having fun with the mini games. Like, oh, let me try Vampire Survivors. I'm like, oh, this game is good as shit.
How much money have you spent in Zenless on Zero?
$30.
$30?
I bought 3 battle passes.
Nice. That's nice.
That's not bad.
Coast,
Yeah,
have you spent $30 on a video game yet?
On a video game? I definitely spent that much on some video game at some point, probably.
Dude, I spent $90 pre-ordering Sparking Zero. Now I'm just eating ice soup for.
Ice
I mean,
soup?
I
when is
played
that game-
League
when's
of
that game
Legends
come out?
for how long? I've definitely spent more than
Next month.
$30 on that.
Next month. Okay, so I'm good.
Yeah. Well, this month.
It's
Yeah.
like I was gonna say, yeah, it's about to be October. When you're listening to this, it's probably October. And Ricky,
Already
apparently
October,
he
yeah.
messed up the show, so Ricky is not even gonna get an introduction, or he already got an introduction. What's happening with Ricky?
Okay. Just brewing cacan and caca.
What are you doing? You're buttery cacawing, is that what you said?
What?
I have no idea. What's up, Viram? How are you, Viram?
You didn't even let me talk.
Because you're just saying bullshit. Ricky, excuse me. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Don't get mad at us because you got caught fucking a pizza.
I went and got a pizza, came back, and literally it's just chaos. And now Ricky's over here going in the microphone. What? I don't even know what you're saying, bro.
What
I don't even understand what's happening. I'm trying to have a nice open
very
intro.
clear.
I thought for sure, somebody would take over and it would be professional. And now this isn't professional. This is just terrible. This is swearing and inappropriate.
Oh, it's
and
swearing,
Ricky's the
guys.
reason. Ricky's the reason that it's so bad. Someone though, who's always a gentleman is Viram. What is up, Viram? Hello, Viram.
Good evening. Now I know you definitely got that Nintendo influence coming into this mess of a podcast.
This is a mess
We've been
of a
doing
podcast.
this for 10 years. You come
Yep.
in and pretend like we're professional in any capacity. That's a good joke, Roger. I
We are
appreciate the
professional
humor.
in some. We are all individually.
We were
professional in our
professional
own field.
until Roger fucked the
We're-
pizza.
We're not professional in this
saying,
environment. That's
That
for
was,
sure.
that was the turning point.
What is this?
That was the
You
turning.
giving
That was
it-
when everything flipped.
You giving the round table rod.
Oh my god.
What does that even
get it.
mean, bro?
I get it.
This is my problem. All right, and then we have Zeph, who I already introduced.
You already did.
There's two.
all
Oh God,
Piper?
I introduced Tito as. Oh my God, I did this in Discord
Pied
order.
Piper?
Tito's name on Discord
on,
right now is Happy Birthday Zeph, and so I
Happy birthday,
introduced
Zeph.
Happy Birthday Zeph as Zeph. What's up,
Yeah,
Tito?
so-
How are you?
Introduce Tito.
What's up, Tito?
You know, Viram is usually a gentleman, except that one time during the contest where he wasn't, and that's the best moment. That's the best.
That was
Viram
a funny
moment.
episode, though.
That
made
was my
for-
favorite
favorite.
Viram moment, where we just
That
broke
is true.
Viram.
That's everyone's favorite.
Gotta
I'm
put
still
it
not
on
really
the
sure what
budget.
happened in that episode.
I think he
I'm
just.
not
I
sure
think
what
he just
happened in
snapped,
this
bro.
episode.
I
What
was
the heck
just-
is
I think
this?
he
I
I
can
didn't
tell
know.
you pretty clearly what happened.
I don't. Okay, fine. So,
Roger, I have
Anyway,
a question.
Just don't make it about pizza. What is your
Oh,
question?
I'm sorry, it was about pizza. I'm just curious as to what pizza you ordered, bro.
Why
Oh my God.
you put extra mushrooms on that pizza, bro?
I get it.
All I want to
my
know is if you gave the
gosh,
driver
he's
the tip. You
crazy.
know what I'm saying?
I got jalapenos, I got green peppers, and I got pepperoni. That's what I got.
Bro, it's titty fucking the pizza, bro.
Titty
what?
fucking the pizza? What does that even mean?
I just asked an innocent question. I'm not.
I'm just
I have
confused, man. I don't understand.
I have questions.
Why are you starting the episode?
Yeah, yo, you know when pizza, you know when you get like pizza at like a birthday party and it's got those like little bubbles. That's
The bubbles? No.
That's Roger?
Not the stuffed crust.
Roger did?
Okay, yo, you gotta move on.
What, you guys gotta move on. We gotta stop. We got something to talk about. Oh my god.
That boy got the stuffed.
this will teach you a lesson.
All right. Well, this is the last time I'm ever going to order pizza before a show again. So let's just get started.
Yeah, 'cause
let's
that's the
talk
problem.
about the. Let's talk about. How about you just shut up? Just shut up. You know? Honestly, just shut up. All right. Anyway, what I was gonna say-
Bro got the,
what I was
we
gonna
got
say-
the love meat pizza, not the
I
meat
stop.
love pizza.
What I was going to say is obviously a lot has happened since the last episode. I was in Japan. Fidel
that
and
where you picked
Aru are
this up?
still in Japan. Where I picked, I'm not even gonna entertain whatever you're about to say. So that's fine. What I was gonna say is a lot of stuff happened. I've been in Japan. Fidel and Aru are still in Japan. A lot of news broke from Tokyo Game Show, and to be honest, I have not seen a lot of what's been happening here in America. So I was gonna actually throw it back to you guys, and ask you guys what happened while I was out of town.
I'll
Let's hear
tell
it.
you, Teddy. They found 1,000 bottles of baby oil in Diddy's house, bro.
So tell me, explain what happened. What is this with baby oil and P Diddy? Let's. I want to know. What is
They're
this?
gonna raid
I
Roger's
just told
house
you.
and find
Costco was
1,000
having a
DiGiorno's
sale.
pizzas.
He got arrested, and they raided his house, and they found thousands of bottles of baby oil in
Yeah,
there
about to say you said
What?
1,000. It was thousands.
for the
Why does
freak
he have
house.
thousands of bottles of baby
For
oil?
the freak house, bro.
What's a
It
freak
wasn't.
off?
It wasn't necessarily for the freak offs. They said that there was a sale at Costco, and he likes to just buy things in bulk.
Okay, did you see what
So
Costco
that
said
sounds
back?
reasonable
Uncle
enough.
said that's a
Costco said that?
fucking
What did Costco?
lie.
Costco made a statement
Okay.
about this?
Look. Diddy's lawyer said he has that many bottles of baby oil because he buys them in bulk from Costco. Costco responded, "We don't have any baby oil in any of our U.S. stores."
It's over.
Oh, GG's.
They don't want nothing to do with that shit, bro. They said, "Fuck out of here,
GG's.
fuck boy."
They
He's
literally
gotta go to
said there's
Sam's
no
Club.
bottles of baby oil.
They said
gotta
they
go
do not
Sam's
sell
Club.
baby oil.
There's no Kirkland brand baby oil, man. There's no Kirkland.
That shit is so funny, bro. They had to get him out of there.
Dang. Well, so what else? happened?
Yeah,
There
in
had to have
actual,
been other stuff.
regards of TGS, I feel like there hasn't been much that's been like
Okay.
revealed. A lot of it has been like extended gameplay, like showcases and stuff like that. Like a lot of the Sony stuff that I saw was like extra content that they showed off for Death Stranding 2.
Okay.
Like they showed extra cutscenes, like a really, really polished photo mode and all of that stuff. But like nothing really new. They had like a 20-minute like video showcase for Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, and that looked really good as well. Like they remodeled pretty much everything. Like Ocelot and Eva and like all these characters look extremely high definition and just
Is
like
this for Delta?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Other than that, I haven't really seen much from TGS. A lot of it, every time I've tuned in, it's like random stuff I've never heard about. That's like really not even mainstream. So
I saw.
I don't know.
I thought I saw some cool stuff.
You,
I don't know what.
I don't know if you saw it from the state of play or like.
So that's the weird thing, right? Is there was apparently a state of play and a Sonic Central and
Apparently.
Level 5 had a presentation and there were new trailers
Oh,
for
dude.
stuff. But the thing that I didn't
Have
understand
we talked
was-
about? Dude, we gotta talk about how Yokai Watch is using generative AI for their trailers.
Yokai Watch is?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead
Wait.
and talk about it. I
Okay,
had
okay,
no
yeah,
idea.
you go ahead.
They've also made a statement on it. You can go like look this up. They have like a press kit on their usage of AI in video games now. If you watch the Yokai Watch, what's it? I don't even know what it's called. The latest trailer.
Hollow House or something.
If you watch the building when it's like animated at the start, if you just look at the background, it's all fucked up. The street doesn't make any sense. It's all AI. It's just not good.
They put out like multiple like promo arts of it, and every single image that they show the house in, it's like a different like generated AI image. Yeah.
But when they have access to real artists, why would they need to resort to that? Yeah,
because it costs less money. That's the only reason.
Oh my gosh, this is unfortunate.
Yeah, but isn't AI of their own IP? So like, does it even matter?
Also, this doesn't look like Yokai
We don't know.
Watch. This is like a different IP. This is like Haunted Hotel or something. This has nothing to do with Yokai Watch.
Oh, is it? Well, it's using AI.
Oh. So like the level 5 thing, the only thing I saw was the Layton stuff. I watched the trailer for the Layton stuff, and I knew that was previewed there, and I'm obviously excited for that as a Professor Layton fan. But apparently a bunch of the other stuff got delayed.
Akin to, I guess, Layton in the same realm almost.
Okay.
They showed Phoenix Wright stuff. Well, they teased the Phoenix Wright thing where they're like, some big presentation is going to happen, and people were thinking, oh, it's going to be another Ace Attorney game. And then they went on to Twitter and they were like, yeah, don't be surprised about anything. Like, this is like, don't set your expectations too high. And it was literally just like informational, like, episode thing they made. I don't even know what it was, but it wasn't
About
a game
Phoenix
or anything.
Wright?
Yeah, it was weird.
Okay, that's bizarre.
So, like,
you
I don't
mentioned
know.
Death Stranding earlier. Did they have a new trailer for that?
Yeah, they have 2, I believe I saw.
Is it gameplay or is it just like more cutscenes?
It's cutscenes.
I mean, that's fine. I haven't even watched it yet, though.
I would,
do you guys want to do a live reaction? I haven't watched it.
I don't know if you... They're very lengthy, so...
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. But Death Stranding 2, that got new information. That's cool. I know the state of play didn't really have much in it except for the new Ghost of Tsushima. That looks pretty cool.
Astrobot DLC too.
Ghost of Yotei. Oh,
I
so what
honestly think there was a lot in that state of play, and people were...
Oh, let's take it
I
away.
liked
Go
it.
ahead. Okay.
Yeah,
I had fun watching it.
So what happened?
I made fun of it at the start, but by the end, I was just like, cool.
They opened with Astrobot DLC. They're going to be doing some like speed run specific levels of difficulty, which is great, and it's all free as far as I can tell. So that's very fun. And there's addition of like some new characters, like the Helldivers are in there, which is very, very fun.
Eve from Stellar Blade as well.
And Eve, yeah, whatever, yeah, that's her name. So I expect that game to get a couple more things like that in the coming months as well. So very fun. More Astrobot. Yeah, Goaty.
Has anyone else beaten it since the last show? I know we had a whole conversation.
I beat it a couple days ago, and I'm platinuming it right now.
I never played because PS5.
Really quick, actually, because it is recent, and Tito brought up platinum, and it like gave me a bad recollection. Plucky Squire came out.
Oh yeah, okay. Have you played that?
I would not recommend it.
Wait, why?
What?
It's on. It's really like
it is very
you do
on
it.
rails,
Yeah.
and it's like it's
like
definitely a game that wants to tell a story, obviously, because that's like what it is. But it's I don't think it transitions, or it's, how do I want to word this? I don't think as a game it's a good medium for what they wanted to do with that.
Literally just make a storybook.
Yeah. Because the gameplay is like, it's so bare bones, and it's very handholdy, and like it's
you
more of
don't
a
think
puzzle
while you're
game.
playing, which is the worst part of like any game, is when you're not thinking about what you're doing.
Is it at least pretty though? Like, does it look?
Yeah.
The presentation's amazing. That's like the
Of
highlight
course,
of it
yeah.
for sure. There is like the aspect of like coming out of the picture book, obviously, as well, and transitioning from like the 2D Zelda type thing to like a 3D adventure type thing as well, which I thought was cool, but like it loses its flair after a while, and I got pretty bored with it, honestly.
How long did you beat it?
No, I've been playing it off stream, but I'm like maybe 70% of the way done.
I thought it was on me because I was tired, but I fell asleep playing it.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, did you guys buy it, or was it just free on PlayStation?
I have it on PlayStation Plus. So.
Okay, that's what I was going to
I
say.
will not
PS
speak
Plus.
on my purchases.
Yeah.
For the time being.
Dang.
But anyways, back to the PlayStation State of Play.
So what else was there? Let's go ahead.
There was 2B in Stellar Blade.
Bro, they keep whoring this girl out, bro.
It's DLC.
Poor woman.
Yeah, to be fair, like if there's any game where it makes sense for her to be in, it's that one.
Yeah.
Well, but like the funny thing is in Nier, when you try to look at 2B's ass, she slaps the camera away.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like every single new promotional art that they show
So
her,
it's so
her ass is
weird.
getting bigger. I swear it's
It is. It's like the Ryza
For
games
2B?
where her thighs kept
Yes.
getting bigger every game.
You got to do it slightly every time so they don't notice right away.
So they don't notice. That's funny as hell.
But yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Trying to remember what. Oh, there was the Lunar remakes that they showed off, which was great.
That looked cool, but like again, I can't. It's something about sitting down and booting up your PlayStation 5 NASA console to play a sprite pixel game. Play it somewhere
It
else,
rubs you
man.
wrong.
I mean, there's target audiences for it.
Just
so.
play it anywhere else.
It's just
Kinda
cool
feel the
seeing
same
that
way
game.
about the Legacy of Kain remake. Like,
Oh yeah,
why didn't they just go all the
But
way?
that was kind of hype.
And not, I was hype until I saw what it looked
Instead
like.
of a remaster. Yeah.
No, I'm not
that was
seeing. I'm like,
strange.
you're on a new console. You're bringing back this old game.
Uh-huh.
Why are we trying to emulate PS1? It doesn't look good. Like
there was
take advantage of
multiple
it.
instances of people saying, "Oh, I thought it was already on the remake graphics before they showed like the remake graphics." and it
Yeah,
looked
that
worse."
shit was insane.
What was that game, Viram? I saw something literally when I was traveling, and you posted it in the podcast thing about like it looks like a sprite-based 3D game, but it's like an RPG. And it's got like, super cinematic combat. It looked really cool, but I can't find the post for it.
Yeah, it was just a random Twitter post. It's not like it was in TGS or anything.
Oh, I thought it was part of TGS because it was amidst
No,
like
no,
all
no.
that. Oh, okay. Well, what was that game though? Because it looked amazing. I'll find the thing.
I don't remember what it was called.
Threads of Time. Here, I
Yeah.
pulled it up. I had to look on the thing. Yeah, if you have not seen this, it's this really, really, really pretty looking cinematic turn-based JRPG. Is this like from an indie too? Because it looks incredible.
What is it
Even
called?
like the visuals, Threads of Time.
Is it out or?
No,
It says
it's-
wish list now, so I don't think it's out yet. But it just looks really cool. It's like a 2D HD-esque version of it mixed with like anime cutscenes and stuff. It just looks really, really good. And it stood out to me when I was looking amidst all the other TGS stuff. I noticed that. I also noticed that they added Ken and Chun-Li to City of the Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the general feeling about that?
I mean, that's really cool. I like
Max
seeing
lost his
collaborative between like Mai and Terry are being Street Fighter 6 and Ken and Chun-Li are now gonna be in City of the Wolves. It's really cool. It's funny because they there was an interview during TGS where they actually announced it, and they said that the discussion happened last Evo. They just like started talking, and then they went to, I think they said to a Korean barbecue, and we're just talking over it, and that's when they made the deal to do it.
Now, why did they go with Ken instead of Ryu?
Because Ken and Terry have that relationship across games.
They're boys.
Across, like in CVS and stuff. In Street Fighter 6 as well. In I think Terry's story is like his ending cutscene has new Shinkiro art with Ken and Terry as well, so it makes sense considering their relationship. And then Mai and Chun-Li, of course, also have their own relationship as well.
Of course.
Ryu don't fuck with nobody.
I think it's funny that the artwork for the second collection that has like Power Stone in it has all these characters on the cover of it. Like they were almost hinting about the crossover for both sides.
You're talking about the fighting game collection thing?
Yeah, the fighting game collection
The
too.
second fighting game
has
collection?
Terry,
Yeah, that has-
Mai, Ken, and Chun-Li on the cover of it.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to that. We played City of the Wolves. There's a whole video of our preview of City of the Wolves. It's on the YouTube channel now, so go check that out.
They also showed the flagship monster and release date for Monster Hunter Wilds.
And when is that?
February 25th, I believe.
Oh, great.
28th, I think.
28th.
Late February.
Well, yeah, last day, literally.
What do people think of the flagship monster?
I mean,
that trailer made me want to play Monster Hunter even more, man.
I love everything I'm seeing, especially like I love like the whole idea of dual, like it seems very in line with what I thought the game was going to be, which is nope, you're going to go out here and just stay out here as long as you want and fight as long as you want and not have this kind of really repetitive, like they really are with everything that they're showing without seeing direct gameplay or without like seeing like the game from beginning to end are really kind of Roger doing exactly what we thought they were going to do, which is
that's what I wanted. Yeah,
which is like, hey, go out, hunt a bunch of shit, come back. You don't have to load every 16 seconds. Like, you don't have to like you are just. It seems they are really emphasizing this is one fluid monster hunting experience.
Which I think is kind of what I wanted in the first place. Like when we had that whole conversation, that was the whole big thing. Is I said, well, what would be the point if that wasn't the case? And they said this is open world. So yeah.
And so that's cool. Like you could dual wield weapons, which is really cool. So it's like you don't have to. So basically, that gives you a second loadout. I'm interested to see how that works with armor. So I'm assuming you're just gonna like most people will take like a piercing weapon and a blunt weapon, depending on the monster, or they'll take like a range like. There's a lot of loadouts you can do, or you can take multiple of the same weapon to have different elements if you're hunting multiple. It just seems very intuitive, and most importantly, them cats can cook, bro. You see them cooking animations? That shit was crazy. Like that was cooking animations, fucking fire.
Now, how many trailers did
hungry
they have?
Ass boy.
Obviously, there was
Listen
a demo.
here, man.
I was just about to say
hungry as hell, bro. Hey, you see the
hungry
animation, bro?
Hungry
Hey, at
you
least
see-
I'm not.
Golly.
Hey,
hungry ass nigga.
At least I'm not
goddamn,
out here.
hungry
At
ass
least I'm not out here sticking my dick in pizzas and shit, nigga.
Oh
What you talking
shit,
about?
that's crazy as fuck.
All right.
He was fucking
All
that
right.
pizza back
All
then.
right. Yeah, he didn't defend himself this time. I think like
He knows what he
the
was
pressure
doing.
is mounting.
He left.
Yeah, he knows
Now,
he was-
okay, before he comes back, or if he comes back, did McDareth ever apologize to you, Tito, for being wrong about it being open world?
I don't need
Did he ever
apologies.
formally apologize to you?
I don't need
Well,
apologies.
I mean, I
He was
think
just-
I think you're.
What
I
the
think
fuck are
it's
you talking
due.
about? The
Just
whole
because.
discussion was
No,
they
it's just
thought it was
because
gonna be
you
this
came at
way.
him in a weird way.
Ricky, can you
I
shut
don't
up?
know.
Can you shut up? Please?
Okay, yeah, I'm listening.
You bring up some nonsense and keep talking. The whole discussion was they felt there was going to be open world. My point was they didn't say it was open world yet, and my thing is, like, temper your expectations until they say it's this way. That's what I was saying, because Monster Hunter hasn't done that yet. And then when they announced, no, this is the way it is, like, okay,
That's
cool.
really that's what he said, but that's not. We all were there. That's not really what he was saying. He's saying there was no way it was going to be
Right,
open world.
he's
That's kind of how he was
twisting
presenting
the
it.
narrative a bit.
But like,
That's
it's
not-
fine. I don't need him to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay,
me
yeah.
being, I don't care about being right. I'm just happy. You know what I'm saying? I hope
bigger
every,
person
you know
every time, bro.
You know what I'm
fucking-
saying?
He is
Like,
the bigger
I just hope
Tito
he
has
enjoys the
always
game.
been the bigger
You know what I'm
person.
saying? I'm just over here. You know what I'm saying? I just hope everyone has a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Literally
Drink
exactly
water
what
and
I
shit.
said.
You know what I'm saying? Get
That's
to the
all good.
fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to go over there, hate, he can. You
I
know,
feel you, bro. I feel you.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
real
You
shit.
feel
That's
me?
real shit. Yeah,
you
yeah,
feel
yeah.
me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Roger, you
All
there?
right. Well,
Roger?
oh shit.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, so you
Okay.
heard what Ricky said, though.
I did indeed. Yeah, he said that Tito's the bigger person.
No, not that.
Wait, what was the other thing he said?
Don't worry about it, bro. Just carry on.
Something bad's gonna happen this episode, man.
Why?
What?
What kind of threat is that?
He's not making
Don't
a
wish that-
he's not
don't
making a
wish
threat.
that-
He's just
don't wish
saying
that
it
evil
might
on us,
happen.
Jeff. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, right?
Well, what else? Okay, so again, I kept bringing it up, but no one seems to care that much. The Ghost of Tsushima sequel. Ghost of
No,
Tsushima.
I mean, I was waiting to the end.
That looks
we
amazing.
care.
I never
Yeah,
played.
it
the
looks
first
really
one,
good.
so.
Game's full fire. I mean,
Is that game like a Souls like, or is it
No.
more?
No, it's
Uh,
like Assassin's.
Assassin's
People
Creed.
call it the best
Okay.
Assassin's Creed
Yes.
since like
Assassin's
know.
Creed.
Yeah.
It's
It's
if they
best
made
by far, yes.
Assassin's Creed 2 now and use
Oh,
like
shit,
modern.
then I should play it. I
Yeah.
was always under the assumption it was a Souls game. That's why.
No.
It
No.
had like there's
No,
not it's
not
not
really.
really a Souls game. You can go into these dual modes that are like easy mode Souls like, but it's really not. Like basically the whole point of the game is that you can basically do two types of combat the whole game. You can do complete assassin's stealth bullshit, or you could just pull up on niggas and duel everybody, and basically the game turns into like a Souls like light.
Okay, that sounds kind of fire.
So you can basically do two playthroughs of the
It's
game
cool.
if you wanted. It's fire, and the story's crazy, and it's like it's really fucking good.
I've been
And I
playing
think
it on and off. I need to get back to it.
if you have a PS5, you can just play it for free.
Yeah, I keep
So-
seeing it, so I'm probably gonna give it a try after.
If you
I'm
can
done
play it
with
for free, then
Spotify.
you definitely should play it.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima is amazing. I have to go back to it.
So if the combat is anything like that, I mean, it's gonna be fire.
I mean, it's cool that Erika Ishii's playing the main character.
Erika Ishii is also fucking fire. So like, I just don't understand. I mean, I do understand why, because people, literacy is very difficult, especially in America, and so they don't understand that sometimes when you're in a different time, things are different. And I mean literal time. Like if you move forward 400 years, then the character from the first game won't be there because he's dead.
Oh yeah, people are. Dude,
so
the outrage jump from that game just being announced and getting a teaser has been so weird. Twitter is
outrage. I felt like people were overall super excited.
People are angry that you're not playing the main character from the first one, and that you're playing
even
as
though
a
it's called
woman in the
Ghost.
second.
It's a different.
Like
it's not even the same place. Yeah, it's just a sequel.
Well, because it's not a sequel. Like it's like, first of all, like
it's a different
successor, but it's not a direct sequel.
If you play the first game, the first game, this isn't even a spoiler. The first game ends.
Right.
Like it's not like you're playing God of War PS4 and be like, clearly there's a second game where I'm gonna play. No, the game's over. So like why would you assume that? All right, just people can't.
It's in a different area of Japan entirely.
It's not only in a different area, Zeph. It's like 300 years in the future.
Right,
and
because the whole thing
nothing
that I
was
read,
popping off.
This is one of the few things that I saw when I was in Japan. Is in terms of like the news that was coming out of this, is that they mentioned that this is going to be basically like the second game in what is going to be a huge series where they're spanning like all different types of Japan,
cool.
And they're going to have like a show, and they're going to have movies and things. They're trying to make it like a multimedia thing. Yeah, I do think that's cool. The trailer
they showed
great.
guns at the end of this, so I assume the big bad will be Nobunaga.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, probably.
But like, it's really cool. I think like, because the whole thing with Ghost with Tsushima 1 was you have this dichotomy of like, you can be big samurai man who's like pulling up on everybody, or you could be stealth ninja. And most people, I think, played stealth ninja mode, and that is the most fun. But big dumb samurai guy is super fun. I think this game is going to be, you can play super ninja, or you can play sniper girl.
Or you could play Grand Theft Auto.
Or you can play fucking John Wick. Like you could just John Wick your way. And I think that's also fun. Like just like this, I have nothing but good things to say about that game. And if anything about that trailer told me anything, it's gonna be, I hope it's just as good. I have no reason to believe it won't be.
Roger.
Yes.
Is this game gonna be on the Switch too?
Bro, okay. So anyway, so then we got trailer.
Wait. No. I'm not gonna talk about that really, but it is related, but not. Okay, because I want to talk about this now because I don't know how long this is gonna take. Because I don't think we've talked had a show since the Nintendo Ninjas were released on Palworld. Have we talked about this?
Oh no.
Oh, I don't think so.
Because I went deep into the rabbit hole. I went deep into the rabbit hole. It was fucking crazy.
So let's hear it. So how deep did you go in the rabbit hole, and what's exactly going on there? Because I heard about this Palworld suit, but I don't know like what the extent of it is.
Okay, so I am not a lawyer. Okay, so I have to say that, but it is my best understanding that they are filing several lawsuits against Palworld. And where people are getting confused on is how patents work, because patent work is inherently really confusing on purpose because it's shitty, and that's how businesses make a bunch of money. So, long story short, if I make a patent on something, right? A patent is usually on a form of technology or a specific idea, not an IP, not a general, but like a specific thing. It's usually tied to
game mechanics.
A game mechanic specific. Okay, I can make a patent.
That's so insane.
Yeah, I know. I can make a patent on it, and that's fine. But what happens is that if I have an idea later that stems from that patent, then I can file a patent on that specific idea, and the law treats it as if it was filed on the previous patent. So if I have an idea, let's say, for example, if I have an idea like I want my character to run, okay? If I can prove, and this wouldn't work, but this is a very simple version, okay? If my character to sprint, and I got off of that idea from my character running, I can file a patent for sprinting. And then it's treated as if I filed it the same time my patent for running went in. So the reason why this is important is because people were like seeing the date of the patent on the Pokeball mechanic, which happened after Palworld release. And so it looked as if Nintendo saw this is exactly what happened, but they're actually legally allowed to do this. So it's actually, they're both true. They looked as if though they saw Palworld using their Pal Sphere mechanic and then filed a patent on Pokeballs.
It's also, I don't know if you mentioned this because I zoned out for a sec. I was reading something. It's also it's much easier to sue for anything that isn't copyright infringement because
Correct.
it's so subjective.
Correct.
So if they're clearly going after them because of how similar everything is to Pokemon, but
Sure.
using patents as a front is much easier than
Correct.
being like, hey, they copied Pikachu.
Correct. Because I can always prove.
Because my assumption, based on what I had heard,
yes,
like from the news stories coming out, right, is like, remember when we were talking about Palworld earlier this year, and we were talking about how like there were the character models that were like straight up rips of Primarina and like Gardevoir, and that they were built from.
I think
those
some
original
models even had like
That-
the same bone count, which is
right.
insane.
That's what I assumed this was about.
Correct.
And when I saw people saying like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Nintendo is doing this," or like, "Why are they doing this now? The game's over." The thing to me that makes the most sense, if I am a company, is I'm gonna wait until the thing that I am suing
Blindside
has
those
already made its
motherfuckers.
money, and then I make the money back. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, I am not surprised that they would have waited this long. To do it. If anything, it makes the most sense that they would wait.
There's something also
make
I
the
find like
maximum amount of money, and then when nobody cares, you take it away.
there's a really funny phenomenon going on right now where Palworld had like about 5 fans and then Nintendo sued them and now Palworld has people that like it and hate Nintendo for suing it. That is interesting. You're all fake.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, and Zeph brings up a really good point about the patents because, like he said, it's copyright law is so stupid because you have to decide what country you're suing them in. Are you suing them in America or are you suing them in Japan? And that's a whole other thing that I'm not qualified to speak about. So true. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I've played Palworld too. I'll tell you exactly how many hours I have. Hold on.
I mean, I can tell you.
A lot of people did. I feel like we had a whole episode.
I got 55 hours in it.
I played the fuck out of Palworld.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of us.
I feel like everybody played it when it first came out.
Not me.
And then exactly. And it made money, and then Microsoft did the acquisition. We talked about that later in the year, and that now apparently the game's coming to PS, which I also thought was super funny that they
I thought that was so funny that they were just like, we got sued yesterday, but anyway, we're on PlayStation.
Right, but
Yeah,
at
I
that
was
point, you're like,
confused by
make
that
the most
too.
amount of make the most amount of money that you can beforehand. You know, it's like, to me, I'm not shocked by any of this. I don't know, like this wasn't a shocking thing to me.
Of course, bro.
When I saw this news story, like, of course they're gonna sue them.
People are like, and why are people acting like a 2 + 2 doesn't equal fucking 4, bro? They copied them shits to the
Right,
fucking
like,
T.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You
It's
can enjoy
obvious,
the thing.
clear as day. Like, what the fuck?
But-
The best
yeah, exactly.
example
It's like-
or analogy I saw was people are upset that the dude who was poking the 20-foot tall angry bear got attacked.
Right.
Right, it's like, of course that's gonna happen. What
Are
do
you
think?
insane?
Because I also
Like,
feel like
disrespecting
because
them.
the one
Okay.
thing I saw from a lot of people was people mentioning like, I can't believe they're going after this. Like, what is this going to mean for other monster catcher games? I'm like, bro, Digimon has existed just
That's
fine.
what I was
Bro,
just
You've
about
got
to
like
say.
you don't
you've got
have
like
to
what cassette beasts that was like in the direct. They had cassette beasts. Look at Temtem, bro. We're Temtem boys.
There's
Temtem's
been
chilling.
there's
no
been a
problem.
million fucking games
Yeah,
just
Temtem-
like
It
that.
happens
bro.
constantly.
See, Temtem didn't get the same press as Palworld because all their designs sucked because they didn't copy Pokemon.
Yeah, but
Exactly,
they didn't
bro.
copy. That's the thing. Exactly, is because they didn't copy Pokemon. Temtem's fine.
But that-
no
and
one's
that-
going after
yeah.
Temtem's on Switch. It's literally on
But
Switch.
it-
Is it on Switch too?
Bro, come on, what are you doing?
No. Okay, but no,
We're gonna get
no,
you.
no. In all seriousness, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get
He
you.
almost folded.
I almost
He
got you.
almost.
Oh,
He was like,
bro,
yes.
Ricky, you see how
Almost
slick I
got
was with
him.
that? Ricky,
Oh,
That was a
yeah.
good one, Tito.
You saw
That
it?
was a
No,
good
no,
one.
no, but
You
here's
almost
the
had
thing.
him.
Yeah, here's the thing specifically about this as well is that again, back to Zeph made a great point about going for the patent route, which is if I'm Pokemon, I can't necessarily prove it's not about proving a good case. It's about proving a good enough case when it comes to copyright law that they copy the game because other than the catching mechanic, a lawyer could easily make the argument their games are nothing alike in any way. You could easily make that argument.
Yeah, of course.
And so because of that,
to be fair, it's more of like a crafting game than it is a Pokemon game.
Let's put it this way: Ark has a higher chance of success,
which we all talked about. Right,
yeah,
right.
So in that particular arena, by suing specifically on those patents of saying it's not that you copied our Pokemon, because we can't really prove that you did that. We can't even prove that you ripped our models. But what we can do is say we have a patent on throwing balls to catch monsters, and you did that verbatim in your game.
Isn't that gonna smoke fucking 17,000 other games?
Yes, correct.
I was just about to. Okay,
Correct.
Everybody's thinking.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
It sets a precedent, though.
But the thing is, like, for example,
I can understand how this.
No, I was saying, for example, like Roger was mentioning a few that don't do that. Cassette Beast does not use Pokeballs, but it's the same mechanic, but they use cassette tapes. Digimon does not use any of that shit. You don't catch them at all. So they don't get smoked. But yeah, what were you saying?
It just seems a little antitrust. It seems like Nintendo is trying to form a monopoly here, and I can understand that perspective for why some people would be upset that Nintendo
the
is
only
going
way
this route.
The only way, Ricky, and this is
they leaving it with some.
No. The only way, and this is what I'm glad somebody said it in chat, because I was actually like also about to say this. In relation to how it relates to every other game, every video I've seen, every lawyer that's looked at the case and the claim, and everybody has all said the most likely way that Palworld does not get smoked is that if a lawyer declares that the patent on throwing balls to catch monsters is invalid. That if they say that patent is too general, you can't patent that because it's too generic of an idea.
But I would think even if they're going even easier than this, right? If they can prove that they pulled the models of actual Pokemon out of the game and then use those models for the game, they can easily smoke them.
Yeah, but they can't prove that.
They can't.
They can't prove that.
There's going to be a discovery phase, most likely.
100%. Yeah, that's how this works. Right, there will be a discovery
phase.
That's why they're using this patent as an opening to start this like lawsuit.
Right.
No, I'm just talking about in the only way, not Pokemon, but Palworld doesn't get smoked. Like, for example, if Palworld wins the case, the most easy way and the most straightforward way for them to win is for a judge to go, Nintendo you guys cannot patent the idea of throwing something at a monster to catch it. That's too generic.
That'll never happen though.
And I agree, but it is because it's too specific to not be able to be patented. But that would be a way that Palworld could just like literally walk out of the court that same day.
There's not a single universe where Palworld doesn't win this case. Like it's just, win. Dinner. It's done.
Does it win?
Or doesn't lose.
It doesn't lose. Yeah, exactly. I was like, huh?
Most likely,
you're right.
If it gets to the point where the judge does not side that way with them, they're just going to settle. Because if this goes to discovery, they're probably screwed.
Man, boy.
They're screwed. That's my point. See, it's like I saw somebody in the chat say, like, how could you not prove the model thing? Like, you just show them the models. And like you mentioned, if you go to discovery and they show them the models, that's when they're going to be in trouble.
It's more than just models. They'll get models. They'll get company email. Like, it's a lot of shit.
Yeah, because I agree that I definitely feel like they'll lose, but I also agree that I think it will be something that's settled because of how much money is now behind it with Microsoft backing and with Sony backing.
I also think that there's no reason for
I don't
Microsoft
think the game is going
to
anywhere. I don't think like Palworld is going anywhere. I don't think you're ever going to see it on a Nintendo system, obviously, but I also don't think it's going anywhere. I think it'll just be a settlement.
All the judge really needs to do is look at Pokemon, look at Palworld, and fucking bang the goddamn gavel. Like, can we? What are we talking about?
It's also
whatever
impossible.
Pokemon says they did, they fucking did it.
It's impossible to beat them because the judge is gonna know who Pikachu is.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Maybe.
Everyone knows who Pikachu. Everyone knows Pikachu.
Who is hating, bro? I played the fuck out of Palworld. I know what the fuck I saw. Let's not fucking kid ourselves and act like they didn't take everything fucking word for word, bar for bar. Can we please stop?
I feel like,
I swear to God, Pikachu is the only one they didn't blatantly rip off of because they were scared.
two things can be true. You can absolutely say you enjoyed the time that you played with the game, and that this game is probably going to get smoked in court.
Palworld is 1,000 times better than any Pokemon game I fucking played. But I ain't gonna act like they didn't fucking copy and paste that motherfucker. What the fuck?
Right.
You don't think they diversified themselves enough?
It's pretty easy to make a good Pokemon game when you don't have to make Pokemon.
Exactly.
And
they have also admitted to using, like we said with Yokai, they've went on and praised generative Pokemon design AI. So that's not good. Because where you get the data for Pokemon generation? Probably
also,
from Pokemon.
Speaking of Pokemon generative AI, I looked up that thing you were talking about, Zeph, with the level 5 game. Yeah. And so apparently that is a new IP, but it's the new IP that's supposed to be the Yokai Watch successor.
Well, it's failed.
So it's called Holy Horror Manor, and apparently it was the big surprise thing about the level 5 presentation that had fantasy. Yeah, it's Fantasy Life.
Level 5 is known for their artwork, dude.
And it literally says, Holy Horror Manor apparently does use generative AI. It looks to be an all-ages RPG. We're going to find out more about it in spring 2025. But yeah, I immediately looked at this trailer and was like, oh, I see what you were talking about with the buildings. So that's... Also, that Deca Police game got delayed. A bunch of stuff got delayed.
Bro, Roger, Layton's going to have a puzzle, and the AI art's going to make it like... It's going to be like unsolvable.
See, I actually don't think Layton is going to have this issue for a
visual novels. Reason. Making visual novels have AI art is really bad because it's so easy.
I don't think Layton's going to have that issue, and I don't think they're doing it for Layton because of what the producer said at TGS about this new Layton game. He said literally they made it because Nintendo asked is why they did it.
Oh,
and I think the other thing about it
is Nintendo sees AI,
Nintendo's not going to let, especially because like there was that whole conversation that happened on Twitter a couple days ago, right? Where Miyamoto was like, even if everyone else is doing AI, we're going to go off and do our own thing because that probably means that it's not like the Nintendo.
And I want to say like, with my all the opinions I've gave on AI this episode, I'm very much for most AI. I'm not against AI like inherently like a lot of people. It's a great tool, just not when it steals from humans.
Yeah, and that doesn't seem to be the case with Layton. Layton does seem like it's new assets. They even mentioned that the puzzles are made by this company called Quiznok, which if you're not familiar with like Japanese YouTube, it's basically what? I don't. What are you referring to?
What?
Yeah. What did you call me?
Huh?
Okay. So anyway, so the that Layton game, they showed a little bit more of that. There was. I can't win this episode, man. I can't win. Any other TGS news before we move on to some other stuff?
Is that Layton game on Switch too?
The Layton game's gonna be on Switch. They've already said it's gonna be on Nintendo Switch.
What about the other one?
What about the new one?
What we do know is that they actually delayed the Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact game.
I didn't ask about that.
This spring Evo. I know you didn't ask. I'm asking you to be quiet for a second as I talk about the delay. So basically, they delayed the new Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact game, but they announced the full starting roster of the game. They also said the big exclusion from the starting roster of the game is actually going to be Pitou. But Kite's in there.
Interesting.
Obviously they're doing that because of DLC. No doubt about it. That's why. But Kite's in there. Metawem's in there. The Bomber's in there.
I feel like more people would have bought Kite though.
I don't think so.
Pitou doesn't do anything except,
Right, but that moment is pretty iconic.
Knuckle,
I feel like that's probably
where's
why.
Knuckle?
Knuckle's probably DLC.
Yeah, Knuckle would be sick too. My guess is Morel in?
Where's the
Morel's confirmed.
Yeah, Morel's in there. I think Morel is already in there, but I think Knuckle, if I had to guess, Knuckle, Pitou, probably, who's the rat dude that Matt Houston likes? The rat guy?
I don't know who that is. What rat?
The rat guy from, people know who I'm talking about in the chat. Yeah, no. When they're in, but it's like when they're doing the Hunter.
Oh, Pariston.
Election. Pariston, thank you very much. Pariston.
He's a rat?
Yeah.
Well, he's like meant to.
He's
I think
Zodiac,
Pariston. And then I think the other one's going to be Ikalgo. If I had to guess, I think Ikalgo is going to be a DLC.
He would be hilarious. I could see Ikalgo being part of someone's moveset.
Ikalgo got to be in the game, bro. That's the boy.
I'm sure he's going to be in it in some way, but I don't think. Let me look this up. Nen Impact. I'll pull up the exact roster again. Develop
like a core part of someone's moveset.
I mean, I don't think there's really anyone. Meruem is in it.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't have any.
They have the other Chimera because
Any
obviously
assists.
Sepito isn't there. But what about Shipuff and Yuppie?
I think Yuppie is actually in there. Wow, man, I hate that I can't find this. Hold on. Hunter.
What form
Nen
is
Impact.
Yuppie in?
I'm assuming it would be the normal one.
Where he's like human and not a horse?
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Full character roster. Hunter, Nen Impact. Here we go.
Drop the link.
Click this. I'm finding the link right now. Wait, where did this go? Wait. Ugh. I hate when these websites have like 3 different things you have to click through to just get to one thing. All right. Phaeton has been confirmed. Hunter, Nen Impact delayed to add rollback netcode. Will now release in 2025. Roster.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because, like, I think we're definitely at the point with fighting games where people just assume that they're going to have rollback. So the fact that they didn't have it originally, but they just kind of kept quiet about it, I think it's quite funny.
Here we go. 16 characters. It's Gon, Killua, Leorio, Kurapika, Hisoka, Netero, Bisky, Machi, Uvo, Crollo, Phaeton, Meruem, Genthru, who's the bomber, Razor, who's like the dodgeball guy, Morel, and Kite. So those are the main 16, and they've announced that there's going to be 4 DLC fighters. And like I said, I'm imagining Pito's probably one of them. I think Ikalgo's probably one of them. Pariston's probably one of them. And I think
are they all
Gin is
going to
probably one of them,
be
too.
Chimera Ant onwards for DLC?
I mean, maybe. I doubt that they're going to dive into some of the stuff from the manga. That would be very weird.
There's still a load of like the Phantom Troop members, other Phantom.
Yeah,
Troop
they
members
have they added like the
I mean, they have the
neck
main one.
breaker guy, or
They got Machi, Bisky. Well, Bisky's not a Phantom Troop, but they have Crollo, Uvo, Machi, Phaeton, and Hisoka.
Wait, did you say Crollo?
Crollo's there, yeah, of course.
Okay.
There's no way they would make the game without Crollo.
Yeah, that was gonna be saying.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Yeah. It does seem like a small roster though for a 3v3 fighting game.
I think it's like obviously the budget's so cheap. It looks like Naruto Clash of Ninja, so it's they probably don't have a lot to. I think that means the core roster will be very well thought out.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, it was fun. Like when McDareth and I played at Evo, it was a fun game.
It looks like it plays phenomenally. It's just ugly.
Yeah.
I
will another
say
Marvel Infinite
at
situation.
Evo, it looked much better than what that nonsense.
Oh, significantly better.
Does it have shadows now?
Yeah, it had shadows.
Yeah.
No, it had shadows when we were playing.
Interestingly, so the other thing that they changed about the game, which is a very major thing to change, is that it now has an active tag mechanic, similar to games like BB Tag and Marvel Infinite, rather than just having assists, which is a very big gameplay change to change this late into development.
This is also super weird. You mentioned that, and then I don't know, this was the next story that came up, and I was like, this can't be real. This is crazy. Apparently, as of today, the Nintendo Switch now has the record for the biggest library of console games ever in the history.
I'm not gonna
of video
lie.
games.
I thought you were gonna say something about the Switch too.
No. So it said
What'd you say?
apparently Windows, like actual Windows, has 66,569 games. Macintosh has 19,512 games. iPhone has 12,254. Android has 11,785. And right behind Android at 11,555 games as of today is Nintendo Switch.
But that's probably just all shovelware dog shit.
What's crazy though is it's directly behind it is PS4. PS4 has 10,870. So it's not like it's really that far behind. And then weirdly enough, I would not have thought this would be the next one. The next one after this is the Xbox series, which has 9,067.
I'm not shocked by that.
How is that possible?
The Xbox store, if you look at the store, no. If you look at the Xbox store, There's a lot of dog shit on there. I did an entire
9,000?
stream. I did a stream where I was literally just going through the marketplace for the games, and there's so much like 10-year-olds making video games essentially.
Wow.
Like it's crazy.
There's that, and then like stuff that was on the 360, you can still just buy. A lot of stuff that was like you could buy from the 360.
I do think
you can
this
still
list
just buy it.
includes backwards compatibility stuff that you can buy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it includes that. Man, oh
I
man.
think with Nintendo, it's because like their online program and all the stuff they're releasing, all that's included.
What is this about Activision Blizzard? Coast?
400 more layoffs.
Yeah.
Dang.
There was another company that had layoffs too, but I'm like,
It was Microsoft.
I can't keep up with them anymore.
Microsoft, I was gonna say, I think Microsoft had another huge one.
Yeah, Microsoft had one that hit Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard already, and now they did it again.
And then Zeph, what is this thing with PS5 Pro? Oh no, that wasn't Zeph that linked this. This is Coast that linked this too.
oh
It
yeah,
says
that's apparently the
PS5
PS5 Pro link. PS5 Pro specs got leaked. I'm the more I'm looking at it, the more I think it is real because it's like, it's nothing really too over the top or shocking or anything like that. So yeah, that's PS5 Pro.
See, I assumed that all this stuff was already out there. I didn't think it even leaked. I thought they just straight up said it.
No, they've said that like the GPU has more tensor cores. I think that is for ray tracing. So they said that, but they never gave us a number.
I gotcha. Well, I was waiting to do this, but I figure we could do it now. And Fidel's not here, which is good. So I feel like McDareth will make it quick. What happened during the Sonic Central?
Oh my god,
much,
bro.
really.
Let's go.
Bro, it's okay.
Honestly, we could blaze through this in like 2 minutes.
It's like
There was
all
not
this,
much.
all of this that's going on now is extending
was-
this.
Hurry up, man.
It was a sigh of relief. I'm happy we're here. Come on, go.
Okay. So it's not essential. Basically, is trying to sell you things. A lot of stuff they were up there, just stuff to be sold. The biggest news was that they shut off more stuff for Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, and the biggest hint from that one, besides that they showed more story bits of it. So they showed like when Shadow was first created, there's new models of Maria and Gerald Robotnik. And then a teaser that Shadow might run into both of them while in null space. No, it's not called null space. I think it's called the white. I can't remember what that area is in Generations. So you might run into them there. And they teased in that trailer that there's a Sonic rival battle, which was going to be assumed since Sonic had a Shadow rival battle. That's kind of it.
Honestly, the only other like, not even like important but kind of fun things in the trailer were not the trailer in the Sonic Central thing were the Sonic and DC collab comics.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty cool. They showed off the other Sonic characters as like superheroes. So they had like Sonic as the Flash, Knuckles as Superman, Wonder Woman, Amy, was it Silver as Green Lantern?
Yeah, Silver's Green Lantern.
And like Tails as Cyborg, I think.
Yeah.
And then they also had like this cute little commercial for this special edition, what was it, Gerald Robotnik kind of diary. They had this like cute 90s style commercial in it, which was good fun.
Yeah.
But aside from that, yeah, there wasn't really much in it.
And the diary is a pre-order bonus. So if you pre-order
Yes.
Sonic Shadow Generations, you get the physical diary with it.
What's going on with
Oh yeah,
Keanu
they
Reeves?
shut off Mephiles. That was the PlayStation.
Yeah,
State
the
of
Shadow
Play.
movie game.
That was State of Play.
Oh, that wasn't in
Yeah.
Sonic Central?
No, they said
No.
it was State of Play. So basically,
Oh.
Which is weird as fuck. But
There's
That's
gonna
super
be-
weird, yeah.
there's gonna be DLC around the time the movie drops that will have Shadow enter a new area, and it's the movie world, and he'll be voiced by Keanu Reeves, and the model will be the movie Shadow.
And that's in Sonic Shadow Generations?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I'm also seeing this. I guess we didn't talk about this, but we can. Has anybody played Metaphor yet?
The demo.
I played
Adam
the first
has.
hour of the demo.
So what is it like? How are you feeling about it so far?
You've played more of it than me, Coast, presumably.
I haven't played the demo at all.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh,
Literally,
okay.
I've only played an hour. I've done like the first boss, so I can't really get much of an opinion on it. I mean, it doesn't look all that nice, like visually.
Really?
But the UI looks fantastic. It looks like it's modern Atlas UI. It looks phenomenal. But like the game, I think artistically isn't super stellar. Some of the character designs are cool. The music's great. The mechanics are like the gameplay mechanics are cool. They're like Persona-esque, turn-based combat style of gameplay, but also it has its own kind of twists and differences. I'll be able to give a much more robust opinion once I've played more of it.
It
Adam
comes
told
out
me he was
by the next show?
really excited that there were elves in the game.
I didn't say that at all, bro.
That there were elves. You're a big elf.
Yeah, he
fan?
likes elves a lot.
I didn't
That's
say
cool.
that at all,
What's
bro.
wrong with
Little
that?
ones,
Elves are cool.
especially.
Little one. Well, you do play as the Lalafell in Final Fantasy 14. Don't you? Aren't you a Lalafell?
Shut up, man.
You are a Lalafell.
You fuck pizzas.
I don't. Okay, this is the most ridiculous thing on the
You're
planet. I
a
don't know how
pizza
this-
fucker.
Roger, what do you like cut a hole in it or do you like roll it up?
I don't know, even know why this has become a thing. I literally got up to go.
You
get
roll
a
it up,
pizza.
huh?
Because you were gone for 20 minutes, buddy. So you
It
was
wasn't
obviously
20
back there
minutes.
fucking that pizza.
It was
Yes,
not
you were.
20 minutes. It was not.
way
I
too
had to run
long.
to the
to
front
be getting some
entrance, let
pizza.
the guy in because the door wasn't opening. Then I had to go get my pizza. Then I came back and I had my crazy bread. And I wanted to make sure that I. It's just crazy, man. This is just crazy. It didn't even take that
crazy
long.
bread.
That's what they call it now?
Crazy bread. It's always been crazy bread.
Nah, that's not what I meant.
It's always been crazy bread. That's like the
not-
cheese bread.
That's not what I meant.
All right. Well, I'm trying to think if there was anything else to cover.
I feel like we're missing something, but
I can't put my finger on what we're missing.
Yeah.
What is it? There's something that happened.
Wait. So I
The
have
Zelda
one.
game
Oh,
came out.
Echoes of Wisdom. That's right.
Before we do that,
I beat it. I beat it last night.
Crazy?
I have one more
You
quick
beat,
thing.
you beat what,
No?
McGareth?
No, I didn't. So for Sonic X Shadow Generations, they talked about they're gonna release the animations for it. The very first one came out, and it's really good.
Oh yeah, that shit was amazing.
I was wondering why you guys weren't excited about that. Did they? Are the Chow ones out?
No,
Not yet.
Those aren't out yet.
Okay. They did make some references or allusions or something about the Chows in the movie, but we already knew that.
Yeah. From the trailer,
that's
we knew that.
that's the main thing I care about. Okay, cool.
That's it. You can carry on to Zelda.
Yeah. No. So
I
Echoes of
beat it
Wisdom.
last night.
You've already beaten it. Oh my god. Okay. So overall impressions so far. I'm only 5 hours in. How far is everybody else?
I'm
Haven't
3
played it.
hours in.
Okay, so we're not. Zeph, you're the only one who's gotten pretty far.
Yeah.
You will be. Will you actually, Ricky?
That's cap,
But
bro.
I want to.
That's also a lie.
I play games occasionally. If they're good games, I don't know where the narrative started that I don't play games.
Because you
I
don't
get
play
to them
games.
eventually. Okay, that might be a piece of evidence. But
Aren't
that
you a
doesn't tell
big
me
Kingdom
I
Hearts
don't-
fan, right?
What you playing right now, Ricky?
You don't ask me stupid questions like that. You know I'm not playing anything. That would put me on the spot. The last thing I played.
Yeah, let's hear
We
the last.
played multi together. There's evidence. We played multi Dragon Ball Z multi.
Oh, true.
When was this?
Yeah. It was like months ago. I don't know.
You
like
have
a
not
month.
played a video game in months.
I carried his bum ass.
Okay.
That's rough.
That's facts. He was
That's that Dragon Ball Z MOBA, right? Is that one?
It was the MOBA. It was the MOBA.
Okay.
Yeah. I played that. So I play games occasionally.
How is
But
that actually?
I would
Pretty good.
it's fun.
It's like if Pokemon Unite was made by competent human beings.
All right. Well,
mm-hmm.
Krillin's broken in that game, man.
Oh God, he is.
That's the only
He's
character
good.
I've picked.
And 18. Most of the roster is pretty good. I think the only worst
Krillin,
is-
I think whatever move it is where he can like do the huge key blast.
Mhm.
That and you can
Yeah,
like store it up.
that
You just throw those
Oh,
at people and they just disappear.
yeah, shit's crazy.
It was surprisingly fun.
I liked it a lot. But when they have a lot more
It was
characters,
good,
it'll be more
A
fun.
lot
too.
of reference, like they did a lot of callbacks too. Like you could get that stinky dude as a support character.
The stinky dude?
Yeah, from Dragon Ball.
I didn't even know
Bacterium.
there was a
Oh,
stinky. His
yeah,
name
yeah.
is
the wrestler
Bacterium.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Krillin beat him
They
by
had
not
And he,
having a
missing
nose.
a tooth as well or something.
Oh
That's so
yeah.
That's cool. They added him.
But okay. Yeah. But
All
back
right,
to
so Zelda,
Echoes.
though.
Back
Yeah,
to Echoes.
let's talk Zelda.
Yeah. Tell us about it, Zeph.
So far, I am really liking it, and it's not what I was expecting,
Yeah.
which I think is why I'm liking it more.
You're all
I
far
think-
in enough where I think I can talk about some cool stuff.
Oh
And
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think there's like cool and really weird like plot implications because the Ganon in this game, the way he speaks, he's clearly aware of who both Link and Zelda are, but Link and Zelda don't know each other.
Yeah, they also that I did think that was very weird. And like the first
And
hour
and
of the
Link
game-
like had a whole life basically before this,
yeah.
where he beat Ganon before, I think.
Well, the opening of the game,
he's
literally
been-
the opening of the game, you have the fight with Ganon, and then they both get sucked into that rift.
Yeah.
And then right afterwards, you have that conversation with the king, and he doesn't know who Ganon is. He's never heard of Ganon. He's never heard of Link. So it is a very odd kind of world that you get dropped in right from the very get-go.
It's especially
And it's-
weird that the king
Yeah, it's
doesn't
not
know who Link
Hyrule
is.
that we know.
It's especially weird that the king doesn't know who Link is when the people of the world know who Link is.
Right.
Because
there's like people in
he's
his
been
village.
doing his stuff, saving people for a
Right.
while.
I think it's possible because like he's just like a little town kid and maybe the king just didn't have anything to do with him. Like he could have just saved the world without ever meeting the king. And
I mean,
got
the
back
wider-
home.
That's
That
true.
is
Like-
something Link would do.
Yeah. I mean, there is like the town that Link comes from. People know who
They
Link
love
is.
him.
But like once you get to the Gerudo area or like the Zora area, they don't really know who Link is. You know, the
Some
rest
people
of the
like
kingdom doesn't
yeah,
know.
the only people that really mention him are like humans in the overworld or Hylians or whatever.
Right. A
If
couple
you see
people
them,
that
they'll be
happen to
like,
know him.
"Oh, I know Link" or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really impressed in a way I was not expecting to be impressed. I knew I was going to like it. It's a Zelda game. I feel like, of course, we're going to enjoy it. There's always something good to be gleaned out of them. But I feel like the actual echo mechanic, like that sort of monster capture, which is funny. We just had that whole conversation about Palworld, but like this basically being almost like a Pokemon game in a sense, where you get the echoes and you use the right echoes for certain situations mixed
I got
with
some funny like you can go really out of your way at the start. So
Mm.
I went and I got like it was like a 5-star summon, so I couldn't use it until the like end of the game.
I have a Zelda related question. That I don't know. Does Nintendo still follow like that Zelda Historia timeline shit, or is that just something for fans?
No. In fact, they straight up said
They
that
went against it.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are on a completely new,
they're their
totally
own
unrelated
universe.
timeline. Has nothing to do with anything.
But there's weird things in like Tears of the Kingdom that imply that it could be the Ocarina of Time place.
Well, I always assumed when they said that it takes place thousands and thousands of years in the future, I
It's
just
really
assumed
weird.
what they were going to do is that the timeline would converge, right? Because like it's got the Koroks from Wind Waker, the Wind Waker timeline. It's got stuff from like the Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask timeline. It's got stuff from the original Zelda timeline, and they're all kind of put together. And my assumption would have just been that it would have been like thousands and thousands of years in the future, to the point where like eventually all three of the timelines at some point meet and just kind of converge into one. And that's like a full essential reboot, which is kind of what they've said.
So,
but also it's weird because they have it as a separate branch off of the Wind Waker timeline, which is again, they said it's standalone. Like there's a line. It's not like a through line. It's like a vertical line that separates them, but it is still weird.
I just think they really did that because of the story they wanted to tell in Tears of the
Yeah.
Kingdom. Because
They-
with Tears of the
they
Kingdom, it
left-
doesn't fit anymore.
They left
No.
stuff that like since it is like however long into the future that it doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
They left in things that like clearly like they show that this world has been through previous stories. So it's not this isn't the only Zelda story that's happened in this world. Like, it's very
Right.
possible Ocarina of Time happened in this timeline.
Well, the only weird thing about that is if the legend have already happened, wouldn't the king then know of all those other legends?
Not
right?
if it's like so far into the future that it's lost.
Yeah. Because my assumption upon first seeing this and the visual style and stuff is I just thought, oh, this is a sequel to Link's Awakening.
Yeah, but it's clearly
Right?
like has
But it's
nothing to do
clearly
with
not.
it.
It has nothing to do with it at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something I really liked about, or at least the start of this game, and I think I feel like this is just kind of a 2D Zelda thing that they do better than the 3D ones. Like, I felt like I got into the swing of the game very quickly.
Yeah, because dude, every time I try to play Twilight Princess, I stop because of the start.
Right. The first 30 minutes of the game where you're like in the town doing all the errands, using the whistle to find the bird, and then milking the cows and getting the horse from the burning building. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that opening of that game that you don't necessarily need.
I think
I consider everything up, like including the monkey dungeon, the first one. That's all tutorial.
I would say the monkey dungeon is the equivalent of like the Deku tree in Ocarina.
Yeah.
You know,
but it takes 20 hours to get there.
You get there, yeah.
I like going through the opening sequence. I just think it was like the way that they kind of gradually teach you. Yeah, just teach you the mechanic with the echo, and just like, we're gonna give you a table, then we're gonna give you a box which is slightly bigger than the table. Then
Oh, you just reminded me of something I don't like.
In the game?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like that it has very little of its own identity in terms of it's like it's so influenced by Breath of the Wild that it's insane.
You mean the menus and things like that? The
Everything
quest markers?
you talk to like a thing in the overworld, the map pops up with the Breath of the Wild UI and sound effects and marks the thing. It automatically marks where you're supposed to go on the map with the same Breath of the Wild's graphics.
Like yellow marker, yeah.
When you beat
like
a camp of monsters, the thing plays like the jingle where you beat them.
A little moblin.
There's so much.
I will say though, as somebody who's never really particularly loved the 2D ones, like the top-down ones, I like them. Obviously, Link to the Past is great, and Minish Cap is pretty fun, but I've never like connected with them that much. Right away.
I also wish
the
the echoes were easier to get through by the end of the game.
Yes.
It's kind of annoying.
Now I want that. I literally want that now.
Yeah.
Last used and most used are the only categories I do use, so it would be cool if I could make my own categories and put whatever echoes I want in there.
Yeah, or at the
being
very
able to
least,
like favorite ones and stuff.
Yeah,
like I was shocked.
So
I thought
annoying.
initially before you unlock the thing with the sword, like after a couple
you have
hours,
to scroll so fucking
right.
long
Like I
sometimes.
thought you were going to be able to actually assign to the buttons on that D-pad like shortcuts to certain.
No, that's other stuff.
Because I would always have the sea urchin one to just drop on top of them and do tons of damage real quick, or like make little traps or something so they could run into them, or like the bed obviously is super useful to climb up stuff pretty quickly. But no, what I was going to mention earlier is that I actually love the fact that it's utilizing the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom like quest marker stuff, because I find that like every time I do a side quest this time around, and maybe this is just because of like how
I'm
they
fine with
managed
the
to-
markers being there. It's just the fact they look that way.
Yeah. I just really like that every quest feels like I'm at least earning something useful. Like I think the addition of the stuff with the smoothies and like the recipe menu and then the extra quests giving you additional items that you could then use to upgrade your sword.
That's another
like,
thing.
Get you more echoes. It's like
Finding
there's a
food
lot
and
of
making
stuff.
smoothies is so Breath of the Wild.
But that's fun. I like that actually.
It's cool,
I
but it's
actually,
just like another
legitimately
thing.
really like that. Yeah. And I totally agree that like I could understand someone being disappointed by it being so influenced by Breath of the Wild, but I actually feel like having those mechanics in a 2D Zelda,
It would be
does
hilarious
make
if it was
seem
somehow
super
tied to
fresh.
Breath of the Wild's timeline, and I'm just
Maybe it is. Maybe it
It would
is.
be
Maybe
so
it
funny.
is tied to Breath of the Wild. That would be crazy. I will say, I know Nintendo does not give a shit about the timeline. The Zelda timeline, they don't care. And they've said it openly in interviews and stuff before. They've talked about it before. They don't care about the timeline. And so to me, like wherever they do end up putting it, whether it is on the Breath of the Wild one, or if they somehow find a way to put it on the main timeline, it's literally just going to be for the fans. Because realistically, the people making the games just don't care at all.
Cool.
it's I don't know. It's also like not that long.
No, I mean you beat it already. How long did it
Like,
take ultimately? How many hours?
Not long. There was even a point where I stopped playing for like a day. So it's pretty short, and I feel like the ending kind of like crept up on me. It just sort of happened, but it was still cool. I like the story.
Yeah, so far, like I said, the map's huge. Yeah, especially
it's the
for
biggest 2D
Zelda.
Zelda map, not even close. Something that it's just a gameplay thing, so it's not like a story spoiler. Something you guys might not have stumbled across yet is you can ride Epona.
Yeah,
I think that's the first 2D Zelda to do that.
Oh yeah. I did. Well, they said that in the Still World trailer, right? They mentioned that.
I don't watch trailers because they're actually just spoiler reels now.
These
So
Zelda
I was
ones kind of
unsure.
were. With all the stuff with the Still World,
Dude.
because basically the Still World is like the distortion world. It
Do you
looks
know-
straight up like the distortion world from Pokemon?
You know Bind? The ability Bind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went through that cave, that whole area, and I reached there and I saw a huge rock, and I just left. And I was like, okay, so clearly I need something for this. And I spent like an hour trying to figure out what I was supposed to do. Went back to the cave, went up to the rock, and when I got close enough, Tri was like, hey, I know this one ability called Bind. So that was, I think that was kind of designed weird.
How you unlocked it? Yeah. That's the rock like in the first dungeon kind of area.
Yeah,
that
when you have to move it to the side.
where you get it for the first time. Yeah,
Dude,
But then
I
you can
built
go back
I
on
built
the
a
map
row
and do
of
this.
beds to get to the Switch.
To be fair, I kind of messed up one of the early puzzles too. Apparently, you're not supposed to get this one treasure chest at the point that I got it, but it's the one where you had got the two, like the thwomp enemies. You know, they're like the yellow thwomp enemies with the spikes underneath them, and they slam down. I didn't know you can kill those things. I didn't know
me
you
neither.
could kill them and make an echo. So I was riding on top of them and like jumping back and forth between the other
There's
ones.
a
as
lot
they
of
were going
funny
between
stuff
the
like that.
layers.
People play so
Yeah, but
different.
it was really a lot of fun. And I think that's the other thing I appreciate about this is the fact that
I like, yeah.
it's very clear that they created puzzles and
There's
dungeons to get through, but
the
there
thing
are
is,
actually
though,
a lot of ways to clear those puzzles.
There actually, I think that you're right. There is a good mix because there is a thing like there's a different kind of pleasure that comes from there's a puzzle and the solution is this, and you have to do it this way, not put 62 beds on a thing and then
Right.
yeah.
And you can't
But,
I think when the game was first announced, I thought that was going to be the case. Like, oh, you can easily break this by making a bunch of echoes.
It's pretty
but
hard.
No, you can't. Yeah, with the try thing where you only have like I think 3 at the start, and then
Three
they
at the
give you a
start.
4th one. I'm at 4 currently. How many were there at the end of the game, Zeph?
How many echoes?
How many like can you make? Yeah.
Like your max score.
Like how many triangles
what-
did Try have?
When I beat the game, Try had I think 6 of them.
6 of them. Oh, so there's really not that many then.
No, but like if you do side dungeons, like you know the smaller rifts,
Yeah.
Try will take like a point off of a set of summons, depending on what the area is. So if it's like a
that's
forest
interesting.
area with a void, you'll lose a point off the moblins.
Does
So you can
anything
send
ever
it on-
become free?
No, there's no free.
So there's no free.
There's
So the ones
something
that are
called the
like
water
very
block,
broken.
which is the thing to summon at all times.
The water block?
You could just summon water.
That's kind of wild. I'm excited to play more.
It's cool.
I think it's much better than what I was expecting it to be.
One
And
thing I
again,
want to say is,
Yeah.
I hope keep this in mind for when you play. I want to know what your thoughts are on your favorite dungeon. My favorite, I think by far the best, was the Laneru Mountain dungeon.
Oh, yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
I really liked it.
Is that the Zora one?
No, it's
Oh.
new. It's like snowy, so it's a new species.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely beat it. I'm going to finish streaming it and beat it, and I'm having a good time. I'm sure you plan on beating it too, Viram.
Yeah.
Right
I'm going to
on.
be playing it throughout this week.
Right on. Well, we'll definitely be talking about it more during the next show. And I think that's going to wrap it up.
Oh, are we ready? Is it time?
Is it time? Are we doing it,
Your
Coach?
show?
I
Your
got one. If
game?
you guys want to play, we can
Ready.
play.
We already said he's going to play. We're going to
Bring
play.
it on.
Alrighty, ladies and
Been
gentlemen,
waiting all
it's
day.
time. Let me load it up really quickly. Kill the air, or fill the air, not kill the air. Fill the air with some stuff while I load this up.
Well, I'll give a
Bumba
quick plug
plug.
because I know Ricky wanted me to talk about it. is obviously,
Yes, sir.
you guys know at this point,
All right, I got it.
I was in Kyoto.
I got it. You
for
can
the
stop talking.
museum.
I got it.
I'll stop talking. We're good. We're
I
good.
thought we were going to talk about the museum today.
Oh, we are going to talk about it. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, bro. Tell me all
Well, then
about
what do
it.
you want to know? What do you want to know?
Dude, I heard it was.
You
It's
have the whole
absolutely.
video. Pull it
Bro,
up.
aren't
I
there
watched
like?
the video
huh?
you made.
No,
Oh,
no,
you-
aren't
thank you
there?
very
There's a
much.
whole
Appreciate it.
floor that you like can't
Yes.
record because it has their
Yes.
like beta and alpha and prototype consoles and
yes.
controllers.
So
That's so
let's talk about this. All right. So
Like the Ultra
basically,
64 or
I
whatever.
wasn't going to talk about this on the show because I did like a whole video about it, and it's like
It's
an 18
crazy.
minute long thing. The museum is like 110% better than what I was expecting.
It's like if you
110%.
like gaming,
It's
you need
literally-
to go.
It's amazing. Yeah, the amount of stuff that they actually have there.
You gotta go
and
for the
amount of
Japan
stuff-
time trip.
The amount of stuff that they then told me, like when I was at the museum, things that they clarified, like the whole prototype area, they literally said they added the week before I got there because they watched YouTubers' reactions to the Nintendo Direct about the museum, and people were like, "Where are the prototypes?" And literally, the team that curates the museum went to the staff that's at Nintendo headquarters and was like, "We need more prototypes," and they're like, "We got you. What do you
So
want?"
this makes
and
me
they just
think-
pulled a bunch of stuff out.
Is there just like a storage container full of Nintendo prototypes somewhere?
So actually,
That's
this
insane.
is I could bring this up. So basically, one of the things they clarified for me is that, well, a couple things. One, there's on the first floor of the exhibition part of the museum. On the first floor, there's a giant player's guide library. Like it's got art books, player's guides from pretty much every major first-party Nintendo game that's
actually
ever
really
been
cool.
released. Super cool. Most of the books in that library have a stamp on them and have a little like thing written on the bottom of the binding. The thing that's written on the bottom of the binding essentially translates to from the official Nintendo archives. So they quite literally have
there
like
is
an archive of all of this stuff that they then pulled from for this museum. And the other thing is that
But why would they have? Why would they have like so many prototypes of the same thing? That's kind of crazy.
Well, they didn't clarify like how many they have of what things that were in there, but like and because the nice thing is like I can talk about all of it. There was
Yeah.
the embargo
You just
was
can't take
literally
pictures.
right. You couldn't take photos, but they're like, no, you could talk about it to your heart's content. Like,
How do they do that, by the way? How do they enforce it? They got the Yakuza in the room?
they literally? I mean, I think it was just like on an honor code kind of thing for us. I think once the museum actually opens up to the public, there's
Will it be
definitely gonna
open when we
people
go?
like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it opens.
it's gonna open
October
I
2nd.
November.
really,
Yeah.
really want to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. So it officially the
You got to
opening
do a
day
whole
is 2
content piece
days.
on the N64 controller, the Mario game.
So okay, so while we're on the topic of that, in terms of like prototype things that I saw that I don't even think I brought up even in the video, they had the original Wii U tablet, like their test Wii U tablet that was basically 2 Wii remotes stuck to a Fisher Price iPad thing.
Yeah,
It is
that's actually how it is.
crazy. I mean, it was like really cool. They had that.
The original sensor bar is hilarious.
They had the original Wii balance board, which was just straight up a scale with a bunch of stuff on the bottom that had like markers and computer things. They had the original prototype Wii controller, which some of you've probably already seen on a bunch
so
of different
weird.
like websites and stuff. It's a circle with the superstar from Mario on the top of it.
It's like a boomerang almost, right?
It's like no, it's like a frisbee.
A full circle?
It's like a frisbee with the Mario star on the top
That's
of it.
crazy.
It's super weird.
Dude, do you know how
They
many
had-
TVs would have exploded?
Oh, people would have been tossing at their TVs and chucking it around. The thing was, it looked like it's a solid base. It doesn't look like a frisbee. It looks like a solid, chunky.
So
thing
maybe you
with
were meant to
like
put
one
it
star
down at
button.
some point.
Yeah, I think so.
Spin it.
What else was there? There
Oh, that
was.
could have been like how you played Mario Kart.
This was crazy. This was crazy. When I saw this, I was like, I couldn't believe what I'm looking at. Obviously, people know the code name for the GameCube is the Dolphin, right?
Yeah.
The Nintendo Dolphin. They had the original prototype GameCube
Like
that
the
on the
Dolphin?
top, that literally on the circle on the top of it said Nintendo Dolphin, and the logo was a GameCube G in the font style of the N64N.
What the fuck?
It was super weird. I'm like, what the heck is this? And
So
they
when
were
you walk
explaining
into
it.
that floor, it's like going into another like timeline.
Well, it's not. So the thing is that prototypes, like this whole prototype section
That's
I'm
cool.
describing is literally one corner of that second floor exhibit. It's one corner. It's not.
I'm
even
glad
like
we saved this for the end of the episode, so whoever
100%.
doesn't watch,
I'm like, we are away from the pizza stuff, bro. Exactly. So this is why we're bringing it up now. It's like there's also like they flew in, for example, they flew in the only existing English arcade cabinet of this game called Sky Skipper that they had made like a long time ago. Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
It's literally the only one. And they flew it in because apparently it was made in Redmond, Washington. And the only one that exists in English is the one that was in the building in Redmond, Washington. And they flew it out specifically for this museum to be there.
Cool.
They have the original Donkey Kong arcade cabinet. They have the original Radar Scope arcade cabinet, which is the game that Donkey Kong, like they built the Donkey Kong unit into this old Radar Scope one, which is this game that Miyamoto made and failed.
Were there any cool like virtual or Game & Watch?
Bro, they had every single Game & Watch. Every Game & Watch ever made. Everyone ever. Including like they had this one that was from a contest from like Famitsu or something in the 80s that one person in the world got. And they had that in the museum. They had this one cool. Like there was a gold Game & Watch that had these 3 faces that were on it from some like Japanese TV show. They had a bunch of licensed stuff. And the thing is like they don't just have video games in the museum, which I think is like an important thing to know. It's everything. So it's like every toy.
Oh wait, that's another thing I wanted you to go into about that then.
Yeah. So it's
talk about the hotel, bro.
Okay, so that is apparently not true. That is apparently like some rumor that circulated. That isn't true. You know what is true? That they had a horse betting service that was for the original Nintendo Entertainment System. Well, technically it was the Famicom, but it was for the Famicom. let me just, you're going to hear this and be like, I can't even believe this is real. Just wait. And you can look this up. There's video of this online. I included it in my video. Okay. There is a horse betting system that was made in collaboration with the Japan Racing Association of Horses. This was made for the original Famicom, the first ever Famicom, and it ran off of a family computer modem. So it was an online thing for the original Famicom where you can place bets on horse races, and I think you could do like stock trading or something. The service didn't end. They literally came out with it. Nobody heard about this. Nobody knew about it. It came out in Japan. The system ended. The service for this like horse betting thing ended in 2015. That literally people were using this service to make horse bets on the Famicom up until 2015.
Were Satellaview things there?
So they had.
Could you play them?
They didn't have the CDI. They didn't have. They didn't have Zelda CDI. They did have.
Well, that's not Nintendo technically.
No, but they did have the original live-action Mario movie in the Mario franchise game.
That's actually that's a fucking bold move.
That is crazy that they had that in there.
That's like if the Sonic Museum, if they made one, had the beta Sonic movie design.
Right. they had sets of the original playing cards from the late 1800s that Nintendo developed, like the old Hanafuda cards and like the poetry card sets. They had all of those in like really nice condition. And basically the whole back. See, the thing about this, the Museum Direct is I feel like, and I mentioned this even to the staff when I was walking around it, the Museum Direct makes this museum look like it's kind of like sanitized. That it's like, oh, here's all the games we came out with. And like, that is not what this museum is at all.
Honors the company. Okay, wait. I have 2 questions.
Yes.
One, I'm assuming just because Sony wouldn't be chill with it, the Nintendo PlayStation wasn't there.
The Nintendo PlayStation was not there. No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, so the Nintendo PlayStation wasn't there. That was like one of the big omissions. The only other like big thing that I noticed was missing, but I also understood when they explained to me why, is so basically on the top floor, there are big exhibit displays for every major system. You've got, and like, I mean like every system. That includes Virtual Boy and Wii U. It's like everything.
I know, they're discussing consoles.
Yeah. And then in addition to that, there's like the corner exhibit that has the prototypes and arcade stuff in it. And then there's this giant looping exhibit that goes around the top of the second floor. That's like the evolution of them as a company that starts with their playing cards, that leads into like
so
the 60s
you walk
when
in
they
a
made
circle and it.
yeah, and it's like, but the whole thing, you can go in any order that you want in this top floor. You can go wherever you want. But basically, it's a giant circle around the top floor, and it's like the evolution of themselves as an entertainment company. So again, it like starts with playing cards, and then it moves into like toys, and they had a lot of weird toys I'd never even heard of before. They had like lots of different little guns that they made. They had like little at-home light guns. They had like shotgun-looking things. They had like this.
I
this
saw that
lion.
Pokemon game.
There was which Pokemon game?
With the Pokeball?
Oh, that's a whole separate. That's not. We're not even at that yet. That's like a whole
Dude,
separate.
I have so many. This
museum.
episode is going to get much longer because of
That's,
this.
that's why this is fine. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I'm glad that we separated this.
I have a lot of
the first
questions.
half of the episode. Yeah. So in that exhibit that loops around that has like their history, one of the things that was in there that I had no idea that they made were like at-home roulette tables. They made like all, and they're licensed by like Las Vegas casinos, and they have like a whole section of their toys that they made in the 60s about like you know, the different licensing and like characters that they could use, because this is before Mario and Nintendo and Donkey Kong and stuff like that. They had so much Disney stuff. The amount of like officially licensed Nintendo made Disney stuff that was here
Disney and Nintendo
was
were chill,
absurd,
right?
bro. There was like Bambi stuff, Sleeping
For a
Beauty
long
stuff
time.
for a long time. Which
Because
also,
Japan
like,
loves Disney.
yes, which also then made me laugh because I was like walking through this exhibit going, oh, of course they got Sora for Smash Brothers. That was like
Yeah,
my
now
first
it makes
thing.
so much sense.
I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. Of course they got Sora, no doubt.
They'd be the ones.
On the back side of all of the big displays on the second floor where they have the major like system things, the back sides have every single special edition ever made of that console. So I mean, like the GBASP one had like the Tribal Edition GBASP, the Naruto GBASP, the red like
were there like
baseball team
contest ones
GBASP.
even?
All of them. There's
they
a
have
few
the-
exceptions. There's no SpongeBob GBASP. People were asking me about that one. That one's not there. There's no
This one's for me and you specifically.
yes.
Did they have Game Boy Micro section?
Yes, and it's there. And all the faceplates are there. Yeah.
Mother?
Yes. All yes.
Good.
There. It's
I
there.
love that
Yeah.
little fucking
Yeah.
thing.
It's there. All the boxes are even there too for a lot of these systems. So they basically have it, and you can see it in the B-roll for the video that I put up, but it's basically, they have all of the boxes for all the special editions, and they're all lined up like in a row. And then against the wall, they have three little things. One says debut, one says challenge, and I forgot what the third one is, but basically it labels all of the games for a system as like either being something important to that system's history, as being like a development challenge, like when they were putting the thing together, they had a hard time doing it. And then the other one is like sales. There also is a ton in that flip side of all these cases of third-party stuff. Like a lot of third-party stuff that I was not expecting. Like the Final Fantasy games are there, Dragon Quest is there, Chrono Trigger's there, Triangle Strategy is there, all the Professor Layton games are there. Like anything you could think of that was a major game in Nintendo's history is present in some capacity. Yes, Triangle.
Cool. That's really
Travelers
cool.
there. They have like name a game that they have like a bunch of the weird licensed like Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Balls games are there.
Like
Jump
Clash of
Superstars,
Ninja?
Clash of Ninjas there. I mean, there's like
Tenkaichi Budokai?
that there. It's there. Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's super weird. The amount of things that they chose to put in versus things that they like kept out in terms of third-party stuff is wild. There's a whole there's a
stuff
section
you're
dedicated.
telling me now and have told me, like this is like a bucket
It's nuts.
list thing.
Yeah, they have a section in the area right after where that giant wall is that has like the history of the toys. After that, they have a dedicated section for like each franchise. So I'll pull up the list because I wrote like a list of the stuff because I knew I was going to forget. These are the games. These are the games and the franchises that have full exhibit displays. They have like full displays to themselves. Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Animal Crossing,
Smash 64 base.
Star Fox, Metroid, Kirby, Pikmin, Wario, and Wario
Wait.
includes Wario Land and WarioWare. They're both there.
Wario has its own
Wario
exhibit, like
has its own
Wario.
exhibit. Yes, Wario, Fire Emblem, and Pokemon. Those all have their own exhibit.
Are they like themed, or are they all just like?
So they're like display cases that have artwork for the characters, that have a timeline of all the games, that have like select pieces of merchandise. So like for example, the Pokemon one is huge.
There's
and it
Wario
has like
merch?
yes. There's like Wario toys and things I've never seen before. The Pokemon exhibit has like the VHS tapes for the old Pokemon movies. They have like promotional things for the anime. They have
McDonald's toys.
I think there are actually the Burger King toys. I think are in there. There's some of the Burger King toys in there. They have like there's Easter eggs all over the place. There's a hidden escalator that takes you down to the first floor, and written on the floor of the escalator in unknown, it says "Watch your step." And it says it like made with the little unknowns that's on the ground. There's like Animal Crossing balloons floating from the ceiling in the workshop area. They've got
they have like actual real balloons?
Yeah, well, they're not. I mean, they're like models that are hanging from the ceiling, but it's like Animal Crossing balloons with the little presents attached to them. They've got also, so there's no Earthbound exhibit display, but everything Earthbound is there. There's like Mother is included.
Mother stuff?
All of the Mother stuff is there, from like the special editions to like Mother 1, Mother 2, Mother 3, Earthbound. All that stuff is there. It just doesn't have its own dedicated display. The two big shocking like exclusions that didn't have dedicated displays of the ones I mentioned, the two big ones that weren't there were Xenoblade and Splatoon. And the big reason why they weren't is apparently because the series are too new, because they only have like 3 or 4 games in them versus, like all these other franchises that have like at least 10 games. The other weird thing that I noticed through walking through this is I feel like we all sort of like make fun of Star Fox nowadays. But it's clear as day.
That's Miyamoto's favorite.
That is not going anywhere. Star Fox is clearly going to be around for a long time. There's also so much F-Zero stuff. There is so much like F-Zero stuff I had never seen before. There's like comic books of F-Zero that are on the walls.
They need to put a scale version of the Blue Falcon in there. Just drop.
That would be wild. I would love that. Oh, the other thing. I think this is another reason why they wouldn't let us take video on the second floor. In the display cases of all of the systems, so there's basically the big standing display cases with the giant controllers above them, but then there's like the display cases in front that have the regional differences. Inside of those display cases, they have the original blueprints for every single one of the systems. So like the actual original blueprint of how they made the system is laid out publicly for the first time inside of these display cases. Yeah, and that's like all the stuff I've just mentioned over the course of the past like 15 minutes. That's all just one room on the second floor. That's one room. So basically the first floor of that building is where all the interactive stuff is. So like the Pokemon Stadium mini game that you could play with the little
this podcast is just going to be you describing this museum.
This is
it's crazy. I mean, I could stop anytime. Like I have a whole video about this. So
this
please,
is interesting.
If you are not interested, I am happy to stop at any point. Just ask away. I'm open book. Whatever questions you have. Again, I'm not going to take up the whole thing. You can go watch the video because there's a lot of stuff.
You haven't described the big part I saw. Every single Nintendo console has a huge wall of merch.
Yes,
like body pillows, Wii remotes.
Yes, I brought one of the Wii remotes home. Yeah, so it's like a giant.
Dude, that's the best one. That's the best one.
You were able to do it.
Yeah, I brought it back.
Nice.
Space savers are your friend.
How did you fit it?
You get space saver bags, man. You go to Don Quixote or whatever, get a space saver, shove that thing in there, then vacuum seal it and put it in there. The only one I was not able to. Oh, a lot of the chat saying, please keep going. If you're interested, that's fine.
Yeah, this is cool shit.
But basically, the whole merch store, most of the Nintendo stores are like, they have merchandise based around franchise characters. That is not the case with this store. This store is all based around like the systems. So all the merchandise is like from Famicom Disk System, all the game systems moving up to Switch. Every single one, including Virtual Boy, including Wii U, has like a dedicated merch section that has its own t-shirt, sticker set, pen set, notebook, and then there's like one other thing. I think it's like keychains or something. And they have them for every single system. And the sticker sets are incredible because the sticker sets are in boxes that are replicas of the original box that the systems came in. And the stickers inside of the boxes are all shaped like things related to that system. So like there's e-reader stickers inside of the GBA one, or like there's mini disc ones inside of the GameCube one, or they have like 64DD stuff inside of the Nintendo 64 one. Yeah, man. And then of course, like the giant pillows are incredible. And there's giant pillows for the Famicom, Super Famicom, Wii Remote, and N64 controller. There's no giant GameCube, and there's no giant Virtual Boy. You can't get
That
those.
makes way more sense. Those weren't as popular.
Also, chat, I see Lord Chotske in here. I'm going to say this right now. Dragalia Lost is absolutely in the museum. I saw people reporting based
That's
on
a
the
big thing
B-roll.
for them too.
Yeah, I saw people reporting in the B-roll that like Dragalia wasn't there in the mobile section. Dragalia is absolutely there. And there's like
they should play the main menu theme in the shop.
it does.
That's what
It does. It's not in the shop, but it's in like the little mobile exhibit. Also, another thing
That's great.
to mention, it's there. Another thing to mention is that when you're walking around the museum, you saw this in the direct when they were talking about it, but when you walk around the museum, if you look up at the little monitors that are playing like games, the monitors have spatial audio, which like if you're standing in front of a monitor, you're going to hear the audio for the game that's at that monitor. But if you walk over literally one step to the other monitor, you're not going to hear the other monitor. You're only going to hear what's on the monitor in front of you. And I don't know how they're doing it. It's just cool and it's magic and I loved it. And so when you're like actually reading up about these games, you're looking at the stuff in the display cases and you're looking at these weird old prototypes, you're actually like hearing the music from the corresponding games in there. There's also, this is actually really funny too. There's a whole wall on the second floor that's called like the evolution of a series. And they have it's Mario, Donkey Kong, Pokemon, Fire Emblem, Metroid, and Zelda.
Putting
And what they
Pokemon
do-
up against all of those isn't going to make Pokemon look good.
Well, no, but it's actually pretty fun because what they did is that they have 6 screens. And then what it does is it takes the same scene from the first game in that franchise and tries to replicate that first scene in every other major game moving forward. So like for Pokemon, I think the one that they included for the Switch era was actually Sword and Shield. I don't think it was Scarlet and Violet, but it goes Pokemon Red, Blue, and then it goes GBA, and then it goes DS, and then 3DS, and then I think at one point the Wii was in there or something, and then it was like the Switch. But the funny thing about this is there's
no
6,
GameCube?
Or GameCube might have been in there. I don't remember. I have to go look at the footage. But basically, the one that I did remember that I thought was crazy is that the one for Metroid. Because all of them have these 6 videos that are playing, right, that are replicating a certain moment in this series' history. And for Metroid, it goes Metroid, Super Metroid, like Metroid Fusion, I think, Metroid Prime, Metroid Dread, and then the 6th game, it's a blank black screen, and underneath it says Metroid Prime 4.
That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to do.
It's actually crazy of them to do. And it's like, I'm sure it's just that's like the placeholder for when they end up putting Metroid Prime 4 in there. But it's clearly like a pointed, like, you've waited so long for this and we're opening the museum and we're not going to show you Prime 4 yet, which is very funny.
It'd be so hilarious if there was like Prime 4 stuff that we've never seen.
Just never seen before that's like shown in this museum. Yeah. There's a lot of unreleased stuff in this museum too. There's like games that never came out, like weird the English GameCube version. The English version of Doshin the Giant is in there.
Oh,
like the original
shit.
Doshin. They have I'm trying to think of some other ones. There's like a calligraphy game that I'd never even seen before that they made for DS that has this like pen stylus on it, like this ink pen stylus that apparently teaches you how to like make kanji. That was really cool, and they had that on like one of the displays. They had a whole section dedicated to like their video games for movement. So like you get the Wii Fit boards, obviously, and the Ring Fit rings and all that kind of stuff. But then on the in-between, they have like the DDR Mario mix pad, and it's linked up to a TV on the top. I mean, literally, if you could think of it, they have it there. I know Coast will be happy. Golden Sun is prevalent. All the Golden Sun games are there. They had all the Golden Sun games. It's amazing, man.
How do they fit all of this, dude? How big is this place?
So basically, each of the display cases for the system, this main room, I mean, fits a lot of people. This one big second floor exhibit hall fits a lot of people, but also there's 2 full buildings. You've got like the building I'm talking about, which also has the first floor with all the interactive exhibits, like the games and the mini games and stuff like that. And then there's a second building that's got like the cafe in it that also has all the Hanafuda stuff where you could like make your own Hanafuda cards, and you can like learn how to play Hanafuda and stuff, and it's got little Easter eggs all over the place. And then in between the 2 buildings, there's like a massive outdoor area that's like a courtyard that has mosaic tiles with little pixels of all the other Mario characters in there. And then they've got like what are the name of like the lightning rods? Like I think they're just called lightning rods, like those giant poles. And on each of the poles, they have like little pixelated versions of Mario enemies. So there's like a Donkey Kong hanging off of one. There's like a Mario one hanging off of one. There's like warp pipes that you can go in and then take photos where like you're coming out the other side. There's a Kirby vending machine that's like made from the vending mouth from Forgotten Land.
I saw you use that.
Yeah, I used that.
Did it play any like jingle or anything?
They have the majority of the music that was playing in the courtyard was all Odyssey music. There's a lot of Odyssey music. So
no,
like
I mean like when you when you use the vending machine, did it play like any Kirby sounds or anything?
Oh no, it just literally drops.
It's just a vending machine.
It's just a vending machine, yeah. But it's just like the normal vending machine when you're walking in and you're checking in your umbrellas or your bags or whatever. All the lockers are themed like Game Boy cartridges. So there was one for like Wario Land that you open up. They had that's just amazing, man. Again,
you know what I'm shocked they haven't ever done at like VGC or something? They've never put a real Pokemon vending machine. They're in every game.
They're also in all the airports. All the Japan airports have Pokemon vending machines. All of them.
I mean, where it sells freshwater lemonade and whatever the other.
Oh, yeah, they should do that. I don't know why they didn't do that. Yeah, it gives you a TM sticker at the end or something. That'd be fun. Oh, and then the other thing is, too, your souvenir from the museum is you get this, like, play ticket QR code tap thing, like a badge, like a physical badge when you walk in, once you actually go for your museum time. And then when you're done, you get to keep it. And the badge has on the corner, like the day you visited. And then if you so choose, it has your name. But then above your name, it has a place to put your Mii. So when when you register for your tickets, the only way to register for tickets is to have a Nintendo account. And so it takes the Nintendo account Mii and puts it on your badge. So and it says your name.
Mii has no face. It's gonna look horrifying.
That's gonna be funny. That'll be awesome. Yeah, you'll have.
I need to go, dude. If we don't go here, dude, We're
gonna go. We're gonna go. This is like a must. This is a must-do thing when you go to Japan. Is go to the Nintendo Museum. It's unbelievable. The only thing is like tickets.
After the show, I have an idea. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, tickets. The whole thing with tickets for people who are interested in going is that they're working on a lottery system, and so you basically have to like wake up. I think it's like midnight or something, and then for like 5 minutes, they're available for like that next week, and then when you go to register your tickets, it's tied to your Nintendo account. So every person that registers and gets their lottery thing has to like put in a time slot for a certain day. So like if we were all going to do it, we have to literally wake up at the same time, go online at the same time, all get the exact same time slot to enter the museum, and then like sync them up at the same time, and then just hope and pray.
Can you pull a string or two?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. That we can use
so that's the other thing. They clarified on multiple occasions when I was there that like there is no string pulling for this museum because they
that's
know
actually on. I like that.
There's none.
That's fun.
So
that's
like even one
honorable.
of the things is like when you get your player badge, you basically have 10 coins that you can spend. Like they give you 10 little Mario coins or whatever on your badge that you could spend on the different interactive games that are on the first floor. So like the Ultra Machine, the Pokemon Stadium, Ultra Hand thing, the batting cages, the shooting gallery, all that stuff. Each of those exhibits, those like interactive exhibits, each one costs a number of coins. And some of them are 2 coins and some of them are 1 coin. And once you run out of coins, you cannot refill them. You can't buy more. You literally have to like make a ticket for a different day of the museum if you want to see other stuff. And they clarified on multiple occasions, there will never be a time in which you refill coins at this museum. It is like they are keeping it at 10 coins so that people, like to keep lines
seems like
down.
The only way to like make it so like the no footage honor code is like real and
and the other thing is like
they could just check like who went in, who recorded.
You have your QR. They know what time you're in there. They can see who recorded what. Yeah, so I do actually think like I don't think stuff will leak. Yeah. Which is cool.
The biggest like last question I had because I've seen it a lot.
Yes.
I'm just gonna assume it's not there because you specifically didn't mention this.
Okay.
No Earthbound 64.
No Earthbound 64. No, to my knowledge.
So is that thing just a myth?
64. No, it definitely exists. The other thing that like I had mentioned to them, because they obviously took the feedback for the prototype area, I mentioned this to their face, like 2 staff members. Yeah. I said it would be really cool if there was like, because there's a Nintendo Classics room on the first floor where you can go play like NSO games and like a challenge gauntlet type thing. I was basically like, instead of that, there should really be a room that has tech demos from trade shows. So like you have the Earthbound 64 trade show thing from Space World. You have like the original Space World Gold and Silver from Pokemon. You know, you have the original Smash Brothers.
They have Space World there?
No,
Pokemon
they
Space
don't.
World?
They don't. That's my point. It's like
I was about to say that's a crazy.
No, they should have like a designated section for trade show demos that people played but are no longer available, or like even like the Wii U one where you would go through.
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot of
Princess
Gen
HD.
3
There's
content like that people
lot of
played,
stuff like that.
but there's no like proof of.
Right. Or there's like the other big one is obviously the prototype Dragon King for Smash 64. Like that would be something amazing to have in the museum, is like to play the original
Anything that isn't like
prototype
a big kept secret that they want to like, because Sakurai showed that game in a Smash trailer. So it's like or whatever video it was. But yeah, so this sounds really cool.
Like
This
Mario
sounds...
128, the Breath of the Wild E3 build, exactly. Like there's a lot of stuff that they can end up putting in there. So that was my big suggestion, but I honestly feel like it went above and beyond my expectations in literally every way. Everything was like so thoughtful.
Adding that would make it like the craziest Nintendo experience maybe ever.
Yeah. And I also will say, I know it seems like goofy and stupid. The big controller room where you play with the giant controllers is like the best thing in the world.
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
what I want to do
fun.
content on. We got to tell them about it.
It is, and you can film in all those rooms. They allow you to
So
film
it's
in
like
all those rooms. Yeah.
For the N64, you would need one person on the control stick and one person on the buttons.
That's how I did it. Yeah. So we had one person on the control stick, one person on the buttons, and the Z button is like a button that's built into the floor that you have to hit with your foot. Because they don't want
the controller's like it looks like it's like 3 people wide.
It's big, yeah. The Famicom ones are also pretty big. I mean, they're all big, obviously. The most fun by far was the Wii Remote. The Wii Remote is like hilarious because you have one person. Yeah, one person is standing in front, and one person is standing in back, and you basically have to like tilt the thing up and down. And you know the Pilot Wings mini game in Wii Sports Resort?
Yeah.
Like where you're flying through the balloons and stuff. So they have that synced up to the controller. Right, where you're like tipping the thing down and tipping the thing up and like spinning side to side and hitting the balloons and trying to get your score. And so I was there with one other like Nintendo person that they brought, Peru's Project. Shout out to her. She's like a booktuber. And we're playing this. You could see the video of this in my video. But literally like we're crouching down trying to lift this controller and then like turning it side to side to try to make the plane flip and hitting the different balloons. And it was the most fun. It was so much fun. You would think, how could they possibly make like a giant Wii Remote worth this visit to the museum? But literally that room alone, I would say, is worth the admission. It's really a lot of fun. So as a tip to any of you listening who may go at some point, make sure to save your coins for the big controller museum, because that part of the exhibit is incredible.
That's like the place to go.
That's the thing.
Sure.
You got to
like
do
if you
that.
had one thing to do.
One game, I would say that would be the one game. Obviously, the one thing you should do is that second floor exhibit with all the...
That's like if you had one choice.
Right, but if you have one game, I would say do the big controller one. And then I would say the other two I would recommend would be the batting cages. Those were really fun, and they had like lots of Easter eggs in them. And then the Ultra Hand one, which is like a stadium mini game where you use the old Ultra Hand toy, you know, that extendo arm thing?
Yeah.
So you use the extendo arm to grab Voltorbs and Electrodes and Pokeballs off of this like moving carnival thing. And then you have to pick them up with the Ultra Hand and then like put them inside of a Mario pipe. And then for every one that you get in the Mario pipe, it shoots out little like Pokemon fireworks on the top screen. And it sounds goofy, but like I'm telling you, when you're there and it's blasting the Gold and Silver soundtrack and you're doing this, it really does feel like you're in an actual Pokemon Stadium minigame. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's awesome.
We could reframe this whole part right here and upload it as like
a
Nintendo Museum Japan Time exclusive interview.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Certainly move it away from the pizza talk. I feel like that's
you keep bringing it up. Like, why do you have to?
Everybody had kind of forgotten about it until you.
Well, I didn't forget he was piping that pizza.
He's a pie piper, of course.
Wait, so what were you gonna say, Ricky? What were you gonna say?
He was digging down that dough.
I was gonna say, where can people visually see everything you were talking about for the last 2 hours?
Thank you very much. Appreciate the plug. You can find it on my YouTube channel. It's literally just the newest video that's uploaded there. It's called My Tour of the Nintendo Museum, and I'm the only one who's uploaded a video from it because
Great
it was
video.
literally...
Watch it or else. It was a fantastic
you.
video.
I'm glad
You have a future in this business, Rogers Base.
Thank you, Shofu. I appreciate that. Thank
I
you
think
very
so,
much.
too.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you.
Hey, before we play the game, I'm gonna go grab a drink.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Host, you want to give the rules?
I'm loading up the game.
Let's load it up. Let's
All
load it
right.
up.
Oh, why that loads up? I was like, so the Dragalia
I've already
thing?
got it loaded up. I already have it loaded
I mean,
up.
we'll just have to come back anyway. The Dragalia thing, I was kind of expecting it to be there because Cygames did like an art museum themselves.
Yeah.
And they put up the art on the side of it. It's art from their big, like, I think it was their 30th anniversary or whatever anniversary they had with all the character art they had for that. All the Dragalia characters that were in that art when they first released it aren't there on their museum. So I'm like, okay, they're not there. They gotta be at Nintendo. So it's good that they actually put it there.
Yeah, it's definitely there. There were people were reporting that it wasn't for some reason, and I was like, no, it definitely was.
You know what's
I think
still,
all the Sonic Advance games were there too in the GBA case.
you know what's still the wildest thing to me about the museum?
Hmm.
You can't Uber or take a taxi to it.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Didn't they say they're not allowing it when it opens?
No, you can't take cars, but you can take a cab to the train station that gets you there.
You can't. Yeah, you can't drive to there.
Right, you can't drive to the museum, but you can take a cab to. And also, you don't want to take a cab because the Uji train station that you get out of, it's like it's really easy. You can get it off of the Osaka or the Kyoto lines, and it's like one transfer to get you here. You take like a local train to get on it, and then the town itself. It's interesting because the building itself used to be like a service center for Nintendo where people would send their old systems and stuff and they would fix it. And then I guess they just had this plant sitting there unused. And when they wanted to come up with the idea for a museum and they pitched the idea, they're like, why don't we just put it in this old abandoned plant that we've never used in this old city that's been untouched since the 80s. And so all the people that were in the town were like super excited that we were there and that this Nintendo museum was opening because it's going to be this massive tourist attraction that's going to bring a lot of people into that station.
All right, who's playing today?
Shofu, right? Shofu. He already said he's playing.
Shofu's playing? Oh, this is
Shofu's
perfect.
playing, man. Yeah.
This is actually perfect then.
Perfect.
Yeah, don't worry, man.
Hello. What is Galaxy Gas?
It's
No,
nitrous.
we're not.
Yeah, it's nitrous, yeah.
Basically, you hit it, gives you a little bit of brain damage, your brain shuts off, then you wake up and you're like, whoa, bro, let's do it again. And then 10 years from then, you're on the street sucking dick for...
Yeah, so why are you selling it, Ricky?
Because it's cheap. It's cheap for me to sell it, and I have special flavors, but we're not going to get into that.
What flavors you got? Hold on, bro.
Have you? Oh, no,
Like,
no,
what
no,
happened
no,
to
okay,
weed?
after the show?
Is weed
the
just
show.
not enough
You know
anymore?
what happened to weed? It's too normalized, so they gotta find some wacky shit to do.
We're gonna start. You're gonna see teens fucking railing heroin. It's gonna...
All right, let's start the game. All right. As you guys know, we did it last episode. We got the Japan Time podcast game show. Our contestant this week is none other than Shofu.
Yeah,
Shofu.
yeah.
Woo!
Today,
That's me.
you are playing
It's gonna be such a bad.
as the cast member.
Oh,
Same
shit.
thing as usual. Same thing as usual.
Okay, let's
Just
do
a
it.
few little tweaks this time around this week. Same rules.
Okay.
You need 18 points this time around to win this week. The prize got a little bit better, slightly.
Okay. It's better than a Wii U case?
But definitely better than a Wii U case, I would think.
Okay.
There's going to
Did you
be
actually
12.
send him that?
Yes. If Roger
I
wants to take
recorded a
picture
video.
or something, or
I will.
he can. Yep.
I will.
Same rules applies. You're gonna get 3 guesses for a category. You get points depending on how many guesses you have left, or sorry, how many hints you have left. Yada yada yada. I'm going to give you a little hint here, just because I feel like I kind of screwed you guys last time, or mainly Roger last time. As always, twists will be in this game. I'm going to give you a theme of these twists so that you can stay on track in your guessing area.
Appreciate that.
Those involved will be athletes.
All
That's
right.
all you'll get.
Ooh.
My
Oh,
favorite
this is
one was
serious.
used for
This is
this,
serious.
apparently.
So, what will you be playing today, Shofu? Well, it's so fitting. Favorite Pokemon games. I've inquired the
Yo, this is
entire
rigged.
cast. I've inquired the entire cast what their favorite Pokemon games are. You are going to be guessing who
This is-
they
this is
belong
two in a row that feel incredibly rigged.
Hey, Shofu just said he wanted to play.
Me and Coast haven't talked since the last podcast.
That's what I'm saying. Shofu didn't even fill out the damn form, bro.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready? Your first guess. Pokemon Go.
It's gonna be so difficult. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the goddamn.
Are you? Who's fuck? If this is
Who's
someone's favorite
favorite
Pokemon
Pokemon
game
game?
on the show, I
I will remind
got a problem.
Shofu as well. You do have a lifeline, which is just ask a cast member what they think.
Okay.
They cannot directly tell you who it is if it is them, but they can give you what their opinion is.
Bro, I don't know who the fuck.
We can go
The
on to the
chat's
next one if
giving
you
you
need
an
another
You
hint.
play Pokemon Go, bro.
Yeah, I think there's only one answer.
Rogers base.
You're gonna rip it here. You're not gonna go for the next one.
Rogers base.
All right, I'll show the next two.
He a world traveler.
All right, that's your final answer, Roger.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Pokemon Go was the first one. Pokemon Sword
It's
was
Roger,
the second
dude.
one.
Hey, who's fucking
Pokemon
favorite
Unite was the third. It was
I'm gonna.
Rocket
What?
Station.
Wow. Okay.
That is like
I'm not on a bad foot here.
Had I
That
gone
is
to the
like
second one, I would have
that
gotten
is
it.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's why-
single
But nobody
most.
was
That's
pressuring
why
you
you
not
gotta
to
think.
do it.
Had
Why-
I gone
that is-
because I just thought it would be Roger. I just thought it would.
I
This
will
is the
say-
most
I will
diabolical
say-
taste in Pokemon I've seen in my life.
Coast,
Move on
you
to
and
the
I do play Pokemon Go though. I was
Mike
sending
likes
you gifts.
That
Mike
is
likes
true.
a lot
We
of
have been on a
things
go.
that I would
We have
consider
been on a
ass.
go streak. We've actually
been on a go
because
streak,
while
yeah.
I was in Japan, I was sending gifts to
By the way,
Coast.
those have been fire. Some of those.
I got more.
Mike-
I got more for you. I got a screenshot and see which ones you need.
Mike is
I
a
got more.
fan of a lot of games I would consider complete dog shit. So I should.
All right, so
Pokemon Unite, dude.
Pokemon Unite,
praise.
Pokemon
The
Sword,
menus
Pokemon Go
lag.
is-
Yeah,
Next
but
one here.
I know like Mike really liked when we all played together. Was looking forward to doing it again. So
It's fun. It is
seeing
fun.
Unite, it's like yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're doing Unite again. We're doing.
all right,
Unite.
well, on the next one, you'll be
So long as
surprised
I still
here.
beat with Gareth, man.
You'll be surprised here. The second one also likes Pokemon Go.
Okay, this one has to be
Oh
Roger.
my gosh, you're done.
Now, do you want to make sure that
You're
you're
gonna
not
raw
going
dog
Go
it?
to the
fumble here again?
second one. Go to the second one. Go to
Okay.
the second.
The second favorite game, Pokemon Stadium.
What the
Oh.
fuck?
Yeah, I know who this is.
Who the fuck likes Pokemon Stadium as their favorite game? It's a good game though. I ain't saying it's not a good game. Show me the third one, bro. I don't fucking know.
Pokemon Gold.
Oh my god! See now, this is a list right here. This is claim.
Yeah, this is actually some taste. I
See, but I have no fucking idea because we never talked about this for real. Like I have no clue.
So you
And that's
attacked it,
the
is
point
what
of
you're
this
saying.
game is learning more about each other here.
What the fuck?
No, it's
this
not.
Is,
You
I'll say
fucking
this is
say-
right. This is Roger. Then.
You're gonna final answer, Roger.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. It is actually War Champ 7.
Bro, who,
Man,
like,
oh,
what?
man.
How would I
Damn
know
thing
that?
about us.
Yeah.
He don't know a damn
Ba-da,
thing about
ba-da.
us.
0 for 2.
I would have did better last time.
Yo,
bro.
I will be completely honest. I thought it was Roger because me and Roger had like a long ass talk about Pokemon Stadium.
We do love, yeah, Zeph and I. See, that is kind of screwy because Zeph and I love Pokemon Stadium games, and Coast and I
And
love
we
Pokemon
both
Go.
like Gen
So
2,
it is-
I think.
We do love Gen 2. Yeah, we both like
I
Gen 2.
didn't know
so
War
that would
Champ
make
liked
it-
I think
Pokemon
things
Go
are gonna
that
get-
much.
I
Yeah.
think things are going to get easier here. So,
Okay, let's see.
Next
I don't
one
think Pokemon.
I need for a
I don't
fact
think it's
that was
crazy
much,
because
so.
like 2016 left such an impression on people.
Oh, it was
Pokemon
fire.
Red.
Pokemon
Okay.
Red, bro. What the fuck?
Yo, we start off with some peak. I'm not even being sarcastic. You think I am?
No, of course not.
Just show me the next one.
Pokemon Blue.
Bro, there's no. What the fuck is this?
Yo, 2 peak
It's the same
games.
fucking
The next
game.
one.
Is the last one
next
gonna be
has gotta
yellow?
be yellow. It's got to
Two
be yellow. The
peak
next one's got to be yellow.
Let me see the next one.
Please be yellow. Please be
Pokemon Yellow.
Whose fucking
Okay, who
loser
is
ass
this?
is this?
Whoever didn't put
I actually
green
don't know.
is a
This
bitch.
gotta be Tom Brady.
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
Shofu, you
Oh.
were so close.
Oh,
Because it's
no.
actually Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase.
Ah, it was obvious. It was
You
right
were
there.
so close.
I got the sport right. At least I'll
You
take
did get the sport right. You did get the
Yeah,
sport
give
right.
him like a point, dude.
I will give you a point for
He
that. You
needs
know,
a
I'll give you
let's
two.
fucking
Yeah.
I'll give you two. I'll give you two for that one. All right, next up, Pokemon Heart Gold.
Peak.
Okay, now we talking.
Some peak.
Let me see the next one.
Pokemon Omega Ruby.
Not bad. I don't
This
think
is
it's that
Tito.
bad.
This is Tito.
I
This is Tito.
replayed this recently.
You're gonna final answer Tito here?
I'm going with Tito, bro.
All right, the third game, Pokemon Conquest. This was me.
Motherfucker.
Okay.
Dang. All right.
Shofu.
I knew it was you, Adam, because of it was Oris.
Bro, we've never talked. These are answers that he collected on a survey. We've never talked about this out loud. What the fuck?
Yeah, this one is. I think it's hard.
This is actually hard.
I think it's the
All
hardest.
right.
one on
Also,
that
I just want to
survey.
say, I want to say on Oris's name. I replayed it recently, and I know the bar is low saying this, but it is impressive how much more
How ass
polished
that
and
fucking
well
game
made
is.
it is compared to Sword and Shield
That's
and
my most
Scarlet
played
and Violet.
3DS Pokemon game. So,
Ultra Sun and Moon still the best forever and ever.
you know what I'm gonna do for you, Shofu? Because you're struggling here, I'm gonna cut the point total in half that you need. Okay?
Okay.
So you only need to hit. I'm gonna make you only hit 10 points for the prize for today. Okay?
Okay.
Bet,
10 points.
bet, bet.
Okay.
You can lock it.
Heart Gold.
Bruh.
Peak. Okay.
Show me the next one, man.
Where's the Soul Silver?
Pokemon White.
Oh, hold on now. See, now we're fucking talking. Not no fucking Oras and no goddamn red and yellow. Hold on, this could be me, goddammit. Let me see the last one.
Pokemon Platinum.
Oh, that's for sure me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. That is not you. It is actually Virum.
I do.
He doesn't even know himself.
'Cause I don't
Could have been.
This nigga
That
don't
could
even
have
know
been
himself.
No,
This is
that could have
crazy.
been. That could have been like
I don't
10 of
think
us.
that's
dude.
the
I don't think I put Pokemon White in there.
Those were all fire.
You didn't put
I was
anything.
just
You didn't
saying.
fill out the damn form.
Oh, bet.
You thought you filled it out?
This is crazy.
Send me
Next-
the damn form, man.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I did. It's in your DMs.
Send it again.
Oh my god. All right, next one. Pokemon Heart Gold.
Zeph.
All right.
Are you sure you want to pull the trigger here?
Yes.
Are you sure you want to pull the trigger here?
Yes.
All right. Next two games. Pokemon Black 2.
Hold on.
Pokemon Coliseum.
Oh, no,
It is
that's-
Rogers base.
Motherfucker.
Wow.
Those are some good games right there, though. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, you picked
Thank you
some-
very
got
much.
it.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a
Appreciate
culture
it.
Next one.
man.
Appreciate it.
Pokemon Emerald.
Okay, what's the next one?
Pokemon Diamond.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, spicy.
All right, this one has to be Tito.
You're going to stick with Tito?
Yes.
All right. The final game. Pokemon Fire Red.
Tito. This is definitely Tito.
Shofu, you were so close. It was actually WWE Champion Chris Benoit.
Motherfucker. Man. I knew it was him too, man.
All right, on to the next one.
Jesus
Pokemon Emerald.
Christ.
Let me see the next one.
Don't do
Pokemon.
that. No, just. Oh no! You should
You
just. said
that's
This is
you
this
on
is
the
Mc,
you
this
on
is
the
McDarrett.
cover.
This is McDarrett.
Final
Straight
answer.
up. Yep.
Shofu,
really?
you just got yourself 2 points. Poking tournament was the last one.
Let's
Yeah.
go!
That would have been free. Okay,
I don't
there
know,
we go.
Roger. I don't know how you feel about this game at all, but I think it's just because we met when it was out as new. I always think of you when I think of X and Y games.
You think of
Do you
me?
like-
Why?
Do you like them?
I mean, I liked what we did with them, like where I was playing with you and Shofu and everybody.
I think
but,
that's
like,
why. I think it's
I
just
don't
because I
think-
met you.
I don't think I like them really. I think I would rather play Pokemon Black 2, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD.
Maybe
Pokemon
it's because I
Dark
think
Gold,
you'd be from
Silver.
Kalos because you always flex.
Oh, maybe it could be that. It could be that. That's fair.
Those were like
That's
the first
fair.
Pokemon games I actually got serious and like breeding and all that stuff was X and Y.
All right.
Yeah, same.
That's actually
Next
funny as hell that when Shofu went up to the thing on his Discord menu, he literally opened up to Palworld. That was crazy.
Legends Arceus.
Did anybody else see that on the screen?
No, I was checking my hours on the Power when we were talking about that shit earlier.
I just thought it was funny you had that listed as your Pokemon game or something.
Arceus. Now this is a man of class right here. It's got to be Zeph, bro. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I've ever heard Zed talk about this game before. Let me see the second one, bro.
Black 2.
Oh.
Let me see the last one.
Pokemon Ruby.
Ruby. Okay, this is Tito.
Final answer?
Yeah.
It is in fact Fidel.
Not. Oh,
Bro, like,
what?
God damn it, bro.
Yeah.
Fidel.
Ruin
Never
shit
heard this
without
man
being
talk
here.
about Pokemon in his life.
That's what I'm
Next
saying.
Legends Arceus.
Show me the next one.
Pokemon Sun.
I think this is Aru. Can you phone a friend?
Yeah, Shov, you still have your lifeline, by the way.
I'm gonna use it earlier in the round, though. I'm not gonna use it on the second one.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me see the third one.
Omega Ruby.
Oh, maybe not. Never mind. I take back what I said. Never mind.
Why do you like that game? What the fuck?
The game is fucking ass.
Oh, I know who this is.
Well, I don't. So I'm gonna pick.
And I know the person knows I know.
I'm gonna pick Tito again, or Ricky. I'm gonna pick Ricky. No, because Ricky ain't. He ain't played no damn RC. That's cat.
No,
chill out.
Ricky was
That's all I'm gonna say. Uh-huh.
Yo, I ain't playing no damn RC.
the person knows that you know that this is them?
Yes, for sure.
What?
So, sorry, what are you locking in, Shova?
I'm gonna go with Tito, man.
All right, Dan, who do you think it was?
You.
Are you dumb? I was already on this list, bro.
Literally was on the list.
Dude. Because I think you got
Anyway,
it right.
It was Tito. You got it
Yeah.
right.
That's finally.
There you
God
go.
damn, bro.
Finally.
Shit.
You know
You were
one
the
person.
fucking like third one, weren't you?
No, I was like halfway through.
I thought you were.
Anyways,
So I'm at 6 points now?
uh,
Or is that 5?
I don't remember. I think we're at 6. Anyways, Pokemon Ruby.
I'm phoning your friend.
All right, who do you like to phone in?
Zeph, who the fuck likes Pokemon Ruby in here, man?
I don't fucking know. Pokemon Ruby?
I wasted my damn lifeline, bro.
You guys can work together.
I really think it's Aru. I really, truly think it's Aru.
Yo, Roger's in my house right now. I'm on speaker.
You know
I
what?
mean,
I
I'm
don't
in
think
his
Aru
house
filled
right
this.
now.
I'm
Shofu
gonna
needs
go
it.
with.
I'm gonna let you guys collectively
Now
work together.
remember, Shofu, this could be an athlete.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with LeBron James.
Oh my god.
Final answer.
No, I'm gonna go with. He's too old for this. I'm gonna go with.
We're gonna go with Michael Jordan.
Let me think for a second. I'm gonna go with Chris Paul.
Chris Paul. Final answer.
Yeah.
Let's see the next two. Pokemon Gold. Pokemon Red.
Bruh, this is.
This
all
I
has
think
to be
Chris
an
Paul,
athlete.
actually. Hold
This
on.
is Gen 1 through 3.
Yeah, I think it is Chris Paul.
Shofu,
Dang.
you are so close on this one. It's Ricky Cocaine.
What the
Dumbass nigga.
Fuck
Of course it was. I should have
The
known what
only
none of the
games that I
games.
ever played.
I should have
These
known
are
what
the
none of
only
the
games that I
was
ever played. Of
for,
course,
bro.
Of course,
If you
it's
think
me.
about it, Ricky is technically an
This-
athlete.
Yeah, and old. I'm ancient. These are the only games I ever played in terms of Pokemon. This was
you're
free,
ancient.
bro.
You agree you're old now.
I mean, I
Also,
have to
Virum, I
concede.
want to let
None
you
of
know
this is
something.
free. I'm literally guessing out of nowhere.
This is kind of embarrassing. I knew this entire time your picture was Rex, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the little icon under the stream, you might see what I'm seeing. This whole time, I thought he had a Subway sandwich.
Oh, I could kind of see that actually. It does kind of look like a Subway
I didn't
sandwich.
think. I thought it was a Subway sandwich.
Because the
Yeah,
Vera
I
main
see
covers it. Yeah, I see
All
it.
right. So this is the last one coming up here.
Oh
Shofu,
my
you're
God.
sitting at 6 points. There's ultimately no way you win here. Unless I make this a double point round.
Oh shit.
If you get this within the first 2 hints, you will win the prize.
Bet. Right.
I need you to lock in, all right? Here's the first one. Pokemon Platinum.
Did we do Zeph already?
No.
Does Zeph have one?
I don't
I'm
think
picking. I'm picking Zeph.
Final answer.
Yes, that's a man of culture, and Pokemon
All right.
Platinum is
Let's
a game
see
of
the next two. Ultra Moon.
Oh, there's
Just-
just Zeph. I think this is Zeph.
Pokemon
Yeah.
Crystal.
Yeah,
it
this
is
is
Zeph.
Zeph.
You
Let's
got
Let's
it right.
go!
Wow! Clutched it.
You clutched it. You're going home tonight with. Now, Shovel, what do you think you'll be taking home tonight? Roger won a empty Wii U game case. What do you think you'll be taking home?
Yes, sir.
A used code from PlayAsia.
Ooh, that would have been fire, actually. But no, you're gonna get something you can take home and love. A Vaporeon V promo card.
Hey yo, bro.
All right, that's kind of fire. Actually, wait a minute.
Wait, we can win Pokemon cards?
Are you serious? Is this
I'd
real?
rather that than a Wii U case.
That is gonna be getting sent to you. Okay, he doesn't want it, ladies and gentlemen. He's not taking the prize, which will be added
to the next prize.
That is going to be added onto the next prize for the next game.
A Vaporeon V promo card? That's kind of nice.
Kind of gave you the win, but yeah, that's that. Congratulations.
That shit was literally impossible.
It kind of was. That's the fun of it.
And you know what else is impossible?
What's
Us being able to upload this video in full to the YouTube channel, because we're going to get demonetized instantly. But we will be back in 2 weeks talking about probably more Zelda, probably more Nintendo news, probably is Mario Party going to be out by the next one? I think it is. I think Mario Party is going to be out by the next one. We're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Coast, for putting together that lovely game.
Of course.
At the end of all of this. That was fantastic. This is such a great way to end the shows now instead of the Ricky stories, because Ricky half-ass is being here all the time anyway. And so that is what it is. So thank you all very much for being here. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Ricky is useless. And until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.
What did he do?
Oh, my God. I need to leave immediately.
What happened? He left. He just left. He didn't even. That's crazy.
He went to go fuck his pizza.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it comes full circle.
Old now, jeez. Been
He's a
hours.
pizza fucker.